matchup of the Bloomsburg Panthers and the Milton Black Panthers. Bloomsburg comes into Week 7 with a record of 1-5. Bloomsburg was able to get a Week 4 win over Midwest, 43-14. But they have lost to Danville, Central Mountain, Hughesville, Mount Carmel, and Warrior Run with an average difference of 36 points per game. Bloomsburg has averaged a respectable 17 points per game on offense, but they've given up 42 points per game. Milton has a record of 5-1 with 5 straight wins over Towanda, Midwest, Mount Carmel, Holy Redeemer, and Hughesville. Milton's only loss came Week 1 at South Williamsport, where the Panthers fell 14-0. The Black Panthers defense has allowed 6.5 points per game, and their offense has churned out a 31.5 point effort per game this year. As I bring in my broadcast partner, Nate Babin, Bloomsburg has had some major woes this season, Nate, but they are getting better, they're getting healthier, and this young roster is getting that experience needed to succeed.
Yeah, you said it right. The big thing for Bloom all year, besides the lack of experience they've had in a lot of positions, has been the injury bug. When you're filling positions after some guys graduate with guys that haven't really had a ton of varsity experience, and then those guys go down, that's tough to come back from when you're trying to teach guys and then those guys are hurt, and now you got guys that have really never played filling in for guys that have never played. But offensively for Bloom, if they're going to go, it's going to be because Wyatt Brocious goes. He's their leading rusher with 132 yards. He's having a decent year passing. He's got almost 900 yards coming in this week. The big thing for Wyatt and for Bloom to have a chance to hang around in this game is going to be the turnovers. Wyatt's thrown 8 interceptions, and he's got 4 fumbles lost already this year. So if they're going to have a chance, they're going to have to just take what the defense gives them. We saw that against Hughesville. They played a good first half. They took the short routes. They let guys make plays. Wyatt scrambled around and made some plays. And there was just a couple possessions where he coughed it up and just made some forced plays where he just tried to make something happen that wasn't there. So they do get some guys back in the past few weeks. Brady Horan's back, who's a quick, fast, strong athlete, can run the ball, can catch the ball. Ryan Shear's back healthy. I'm not sure if Dom Rosini's back yet or not. But when you have 3 of your best skill players that have all missed some time this year, that's tough.
And I try to see it as a glass half full kind of scenario. Those injuries allow younger guys to come in. Yeah, you're going to live and die by younger guys, but they're getting that experience where you hope it helps you this season in the long run, but ultimately it should help the program as the years go on. Now, for Milton, they had injuries as well, but they pretty much all hit Week 1, and they did not last long. Milton now on a 5-game winning streak is pumping on all cylinders, and a big part of that has to do with their offensive explosion.
Yeah, the few games we've watched, I think what's slept on with this offense for Milton is the trenches up front, man. A lot of the games we've seen, they've dominated this line of scrimmage. But then you talk about you watch college and you watch the NFL now, the new way that the quarterback position is played is everyone's got a quarterback to make plays with his feet, and Milton has one of those in Cale Bastion. And we saw him throw the ball a little bit against Mount Carmel, but really what makes him electric is if he rolls out, someone's got to keep an eye on him because he could take off and rip a 25-yard at any time. So I think, and then when you're bullying people with Chris Doyle in the backfield, man, like
he's a dude.
He doesn't run east to west at all.
He's
straight downhill, and it's either get out of my way or get run over.
And we think about, man, they have that Week 1 loss, but they didn't have Monty Fisher or Doyle, and those are their 2 leading guys offensively.
I don't even know who they played, but they don't lose if they're playing.
A very good possibility there. Bloomsburg defense, some big issues this year, giving up big plays at crucial moments, and they've had some leads that they've allowed to build up that have been unsurmountable.
Yeah, I think, I don't want to repeat myself here, but the injury bug's been a big part of that too. I think you look at these stats for Bloom, there's so many names in this stat sheet that they're just trying to find somebody in offense and defense that can step up and give them some stability. So I think they're going to have to try to dominate the line of scrimmage tonight and get a little bit of push against that tough Milton offensive line. And then
that's a tough key to the game.
They
playing Milton. Milton, they've beaten everyone they're supposed to beat, and they have that big win against Mount Carmel where the reason they won that game is because of up front, which of all teams, a big Mount Carmel offensive line, defensive line, a Cole region team with a ton of history, known for their physical play, their tight formations, their tough running. And Milton dominated.
They got bullied.
They dominated them at their own game. So if that's the key to the game for Bloomsburg tonight, that's a scary key. Now, you did say about all those guys and the injuries and stuff. And, again, I try and say glass half full for them. And you hope that something sparks because of that. Now, for the Black Panthers, on the other hand, defense has not been an issue. They have been a menace, especially at that defensive front, which we just touched.
Man, the last time I saw them play against Mount Carmel, they were not even just the front was so dominant. Every time Mount Carmel had a run play, it was up the middle because they just set the edge so well, and then they were just hats around the ball. Every play, 4 or 5 guys were just flying to the football. So I think a big thing for Milton right now is, and that Mount Carmel win's obviously huge regardless because it's a good football team, but Milton's playing with a lot of confidence and a lot of swagger right now.
Yeah, they're executing. They're well coached. I mean, you see it. They're where they're supposed to be. They're wrapping up. They're not making a lot of those mental errors. They seem to be executing their offense very well, and they're mixing a whole bunch of guys in on that. One other advantage, too, for Milton tonight is they're very strong at home. Only loss has been on the road, but they had home win against Towanda, 27-0. Then they went to Midwest, but that's the team that Bloomsburg beat as well. So Midwest really struggling this year. But then they were home for Mount Carmel, got the 12-7 win. Home with Holy Redeemer, 66-0. And then last week on the road, they beat Hughesville 28-6. But their big offensive outputs have been here at home, and a lot of those points have been first half and kind of like the 1.5.
Chris Doyle finish it.
Yeah. I mean, Chris Doyle against Holy Redeemer played a little bit more than the first quarter. He had 3 carries. They just didn't even need him, and that's a good sign. And part of that is some younger guys in week 1 got some carries. Plus, just over the years they tried to mix guys in. And now that they're getting some games where they blow guys out, they're getting some younger guys in. And kind of the same scenario for Bloomsburg, except Milton's getting it because of their success. Bloomsburg's getting it because of injuries and lack of success. But ultimately, in the long run, both teams are getting quality minutes for young guys. Homecoming night, Nate. Now, you were homecoming king, right?
Yeah, 3 years in a row, actually.
You were homeschooled. So, does he think it makes that is an advantage for Milton tonight?
Listen, you just talked about Milton's played well at home. Listen, that crowd against Mount Carmel was electric. So if I'm obviously a good coach, Bloom's coach, they probably know Milton's playing really well at home. Just pour it on. When it rains, it pours. It's homecoming night. The crowd's going to be filled with alum. Lots of people coming to support this team that's playing well. So not a good time to be playing Milton football at home.
Yeah, you want to be a Black Panther tonight, not a normal Panther going into this situation. But they play the game under the lights every Friday night for a reason. These are high school kids. Mistakes happen, and teams pull off crazy wins. Now, talking about Bloomsburg offensively, and I think this is big for this game. I think, honestly, like I even said this for the Holy Redeemer game, the fact that Bloomsburg isn't afraid to throw the ball around, I think that's the best thing for them offensively, with only 2 guys that really have any rushing numbers at all.
Yeah.
And the one guy's, 136 total yards. So they have not been able to run the ball well this year, and part of that has to do with their offensive line. But throwing the ball around, 5 different receivers, over 100 yards for them, like, for me, if they can get that passing game going and Brocious can run around and create a little bit, I think that's a really tough thing for even a good team to have to cover.
Yeah, and we talk about these guys getting valuable reps. 4 of their 5 leading receivers are guys that didn't play football last year.
That's pretty crazy.
And so you got Jack Catullus as their leading receiver right now with 259. We saw him have a big game against Hughesville, over 100 yards.
Number 11, right?
Yep. And then you got Brady Haran, 275, and then you throw in Ryan Shear, 113. And then they have 2 tight ends. Jack Catullus is a tight end, and Gabe Doobie, another sophomore. He's got 154 yards and 3 touchdowns this year. So if I'm Bloom tonight, you're playing with house money, I just let Wyatt run around, make some plays, and try to get the ball in these guys' hands and take some shots.
See, when we covered the Bloomsburg-Hughesville game, and the problem for Wyatt is he does so much, not just on the offensive side, but he's going both ways.
Right.
Milton doesn't have a lot of 2-way players. And Brocious, we saw about that 4th quarter, he was down a step, rightfully so, because on defense he was making interceptions, he was on tackles from safety position.
Yep.
He's covering a lot of field. The kid, you're not questioning his heart, and I don't even question his endurance. No human being can play at that level for 4 quarters the same. You're going to die off somewhat. I'm wondering if Bloomsburg, and I haven't seen anything on them the last couple of weeks, but is this something where they try and find somebody to fill in a little bit on the defensive side for Brocious to keep him as fresh as possible? Because honestly, that Hughesville game, that was a close game, and it was right at the end when Hughesville was able to break away, and I kind of think we saw the fatigue factor kicking in for Bloomsburg at that point.
Honestly, I think that they would love to have that luxury, but right now, with guys being out and just they have a small roster as it is, Wyatt being out there tired is a better chance than whatever we got rolling right now. So I think that I would have to guess he'll play all 4 quarters on both sides of the football.
And then you look out there for Milton, and it's just like they got guys like even the Canelo kid. I think he's only a sophomore. He's come in, after some of these big leads, and Holy Redeemer, he was running all. He was a leading rusher. He ended up being the leading rusher.
Wow.
And just with 100 and some yards in the second half, and I think he might have had 2 TDs. And I actually came and did the chain gang for a JV game, not this last Monday, and Canelo was running it. Man, he's not a huge dude, but man, does he run hard? He's elusive. And, then you're looking at Bloomsburg, and they're just trying to find healthy guys.
Yeah.
It's got to look like a massive hill to climb for the Panthers tonight as they're here in Milton for week number 7. Probably for Bloomsburg, they're just looking to improve, get through this season. I don't know what their playoff kind of scenario looks like right now. I know in Class 4A, District 4, you got Selinsgrove and Jersey Shore at the top. They both have the tie. No losses. Milton with 1 loss, and then I think it's Shamokin right now sitting in the 4 seed. Shamokin still could, I believe, jump Milton if Milton were to start falling off to the 3 seed. And then I think Shikellami's kind of in the mix. They could possibly jump Shamokin for the 4 seed. But it looks like with the schedules remaining, Selinsgrove's got probably 1 game left that could cause them issues in Hollidaysburg. Don't know a whole lot about them. I know they have 2 losses, and one of them was to an undefeated team. And then Jersey Shore is playing a team out of New York, which I don't understand how that works. How do you play a team out of New York and then do strength of schedule?
That can't count.
I don't know. I don't know how that is. So it's going to be interesting because let's say both teams win out and they both have the tie. It was against each other, so you have the same record. But how do you do strength of schedule then? Because that's what it's going to come down to. That's going to be very interesting at the end of the season because that's going to be home field advantage. And a game that was a tie, it was tied 11 seconds ago, and then we had that misfortune happen. But to think about how important home field advantage would be if those two were to meet up in the district championship, and it's going to come down to strength of schedule with a team that played a team out of state.
And a tie.
That's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. So, and I was talking with Coach Zettelmoyer before the game, and we were, saying, like, I can't tell you the last time District 4 Quad A had the possibility of 3 teams being in there with 1 loss or less.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's unheard of. I mean, it's unheard of. To have 2 teams. I don't know if I can remember 2 teams having the exact same record. And I've been following District 4 about 15 years now. So it's very interesting to see how it is. Unfortunately for Milton, they have the loss. Jersey Shore and Selinsgrove have the tie. So if every team wins out, you're still going to be a 3rd seed for Milton. Milton still has to play a really good Canton team. It's home, but it's a very, very tough game. So Milton's got that 1 game. And then you have Jersey Shore in New York. I know nothing about that team. Could be a good game, could be a blowout. And then Selinsgrove and Hollidaysburg. But if Jersey Shore and Selinsgrove were to lose and Milton wins out, they'd be the number 1 seed. And they would host Shamokin in the first round probably.
That'd be huge for them.
Yeah. So a lot of things still to play. We're only at week 7, but it's almost, I want to say playoffs, but it's almost basketball
season, baby. Playoffs?
Playoffs. I believe, Nate, they're getting ready to do the national anthem, so we're going to step aside and pay our respects. All right, great job there. National Anthem cheerleader singing that tonight. And nice crowd here tonight. Milton faithful are here. It's homecoming night. Bloomsburg people are still pouring in. The band is huge. Roster not so much, as Nate just said to me before we put the headsets back on. Bloomsburg's roster is not very big. And now they're playing the alma mater song here for Milton and homecoming night. So, Nate.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
You texting somebody good? Or?
Yeah, shout out Hannah Help.
Oh, Hannah. She's helped us. Hannah Help.
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 Yeah, Hannah Help.
Hannah Help. She's done some video recording for us at that Hughesville, Bloomsburg.
Shout out to her. She got to see me coach for the first time this weekend, and she still wants to be my girlfriend. So. Shout out her.
Yep, she is desperate.
Aren't they all?
All right, I'm going to stop. Just in case. Well, she ain't listening. Yeah, they all are desperate. What are you talking about? Bill, what about you? Bill says, no, they're not desperate. John says they're desperate. And we got John Cataldi running the camera night. So if it's not going where you want it, it's John Cataldi's fault. And, of course, my neighbor, the man, the legend, Bill Haas, is doing stats for us. So he is going to be doing offensive stats for both Bloomsburg and Milton tonight.
Oh, I don't have to do stats?
No, you don't have to do stats.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that great?
That's awesome.
This is what happens, Nate, when you've hit it big. You get support, okay? So from the booth is making it, all right? This is a sign of success.
I get to just watch football tonight. That's incredible.
Yeah. Bloomsburg, though, tonight, they're in their red pants, white tops, and white helmets, and we have not seen what Milton – oh, they're in the all blacks tonight. That is my favorite.
I don't know. Those orange jerseys are pretty cool.
They were pretty fire.
I still don't love the helmets.
No, you know what I found out about the helmets is they did order M's, but they didn't like the way they turned out, so they haven't used them.
I just don't like the white.
The white stripe, yeah. They probably should have gone with the orange. But, yep, so they did order some M's for the helmet, but they were not happy with it, and the seniors and the coaching staff decided we're just going to go with nothing.
Can we talk about the weather right now in Week 7?
Oh, this is awesome. Global warming's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm going to keep using my vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very nice out tonight. Pretty clear sky. A little bit of humidity. I did have the hoodie on when we first got here. That did not last long. But here come the Milton Black Panthers out into the field, coming out to no other than welcome to the jungle. It is a tradition here in Milton, as the basketball gym student section is called the jungle.
They have a basketball team here?
That's enough. That's enough. Got a little bit of a late start here for homecoming night. Man, Nate, what a field, what a facility. It has definitely jump-started this program, the community. They have really bought in, supporting the kids. Great to see. Great Milton community. I know this. I've been here now. This is my 6th year here. And the better the sports are, the happier the community is. And I love that. I love a community that just builds up around their high school and their high school athletics and all the extracurricular stuff that they do within the school. So I did not see the captains yet. Looks like they're going to line them up, go out. So, Nate, before we find out who's going to receive, what are your keys to the game for both teams?
For Bloom, I think it's going to be offensively, they got to limit turnovers and making growth mistakes. And then, what number is that kid next to Wyatt at the captain's meeting?
For Bloomsburg, you got 66, 148, and 88.
No, never mind. I thought it was 40. Blake Zeisloff coming back, but never mind.
So he's out tonight?
He's been out all year, but there was a chance he was going to come back late in the season.
He's the one last year that was a bull. Yeah, he was really good. And then, obviously, for Bloomsburg, you have Bastion. You have Rarick. I think that's Verdinelli. 68 Verdinelli, and 56 is Goodwin.
But yeah, anyway, before I was a squirrel, Bloom's got to limit the turnovers and try to put some points on the board and just battle, man. And then for Milton, like you've said it in the games we've seen, I think they like to come out, have a good scripted first possession, get some points on early, and then just control the clock game, run with Doyle, and never give that lead back.
Well, I think Bloom, I think Milton won the toss, and they're choosing to receive.
Yeah, they look excited.
Well, if that's the case and the offense comes out, one thing that we have seen with Milton this year is turnovers in their first possession, and none of them have hurt them, obviously, yet and caused a loss. But those are things that, you know, they want to clean up, and I'm sure the coaching staff is well aware of. But they even against Holy Redeemer, when it was 60 to nothing at halftime, even in that opening drive of that game, they had a fumble as they were marching down the field. But Milton's going out. They will receive the opening kickoff. Back is Peyton Rarick and 13, Isaiah Minium, as they both are back to receive the kickoff. Bloomsburg still hasn't taken the field yet.
All right.
Ed Hockley is the head umpire tonight. We're about ready for kickoff.
Kicking off for Bloomsburg, Ryan Schumann.
Kicking off for Bloomsburg is Ryan Schumann.
Nice.
If you didn't hear that on the PA.
That was good. I feel naked without my stat sheet. I'm going to have to adjust.
Well, I mean, you can just scribble on something.
I don't need
And the kickoff, it's
Look
an
at this.
onside kick to start. And Milton easily jumps on it. And that is number 58, Connor Snyder.
I kind of like
covered.
that, to be honest.
Yeah, why not? Well, you said it. You're going to kind of have to throw the kitchen sink at him tonight in order to get a win here in Milton. Milton being a hot team at 5-1, and obviously Bloomsburg struggling this year at 1-5. So, hey, try anything. Already in the shotgun. Twins here to the near side. Fisher and Rarick. Bastion gets the snap. It's a handoff to Doyle. Not much going there. Doyle maybe getting 1 or 2 on the carry. So that'll set up, well, they're going to say maybe 3. So that's going to set up a 2nd and 7 just past midfield on the Bloomsburg 49-yard line. Bastion in the shotgun. Receivers wide both ways. Another handoff to Doyle. And Bloomsburg is in the backfield. They'll get a tackle for a loss there. Back to the original line of scrimmage. So 2 quick runs for Milton, and Bloomsburg all over it, Nate. That's a great start.
Yeah, a lot of guys shed some blocks there. I don't know. You talk about the difference of records with these two teams. You would hope that Milton's not coming out just a little flat to start because they're underestimating their opponent.
Well, I thought, if anything, Bloomsburg looked like they were going to come out flat in the way. Milton came out, jumping up and down, pumped, ready to go. Bloomsburg kind of slow to get out for the kickoff, almost like they didn't want to be there, but good start so far. Bastion's rolling out here the near side. He's looking downfield, makes a throw, and is going to be incomplete. Big-time play there by number
Wyatt Brocious, baby.
1, Wyatt Brocious, already getting it done on the defensive side. That was picture-perfect play, as he just got the hand in there in time and knocked the ball out of Goodwin's hands.
So this is where you got to, for Bloom, you got to settle in now. Okay, quick 3 and out. We're here. You tried the onside kick, didn't work. Defense held up. Got a quick 3 and out. Now let's play.
Yeah, and you're kicking yourself in the butt now for going for the onside kick, because think of your field position if you would have kicked it off.
Yeah.
Pretty good punt there. It's going to hit the ground. Really good bounce.
Oof.
Milton's gonna down it at the 1-yard line. Great effort there by Peyton Rarick. Or no, I'm sorry, number 11 for Milton. That would be Quinn Keister. He's a 5'8", 150-pound senior. Great effort there as he caught up to the ball and was able to down it at the 1-yard line without falling into the end zone with it. So Bloomsburg's defense came out, did a good job, but their offense right now backs to the wall as that ball is inside the 1-yard line. They'll have to go 99 yards.
That's unfortunate.
4 wide receivers. Brocious is in the shotgun, single back. Brocious is going to keep it. Does he get out? Does the ball get out past? They're going to say just barely. His body did not get out of the end zone, but the ball did get out. But it is going to be a loss of probably a foot on the play.
Honestly, after that first play, if I'm Bloom, these defensive backs were giving the receivers a lot of room. I'd just throw a quick little screen.
And you know, Milton's kind of done that this year, Nate. Like, they've allowed a little bit of that underneath throw. They don't want to give up the big play. They want to see if offenses can go nickel dime the whole way down the field. And so they've given that cushion a little bit this year, so that's not a bad idea. Maybe throw something underneath.
Like, look at 11 over here.
Yeah, there's nobody 10 yards away. And they went right to him. Gatoulis with the catch, and a great pickup there as he's able to get about 16 yards on the play, and that'll be a first down, and that's huge, getting their backs out of the
Yeah. Now they can breathe.
Well, Bloomsburg so far defensively came out, got it done, three plays, 2 runs stuffed, and a knockdown pass attempt. Then their offense basically line up in the end zone. Nice play there on second down to pick up 16 and get himself some cushion. Brocious back, another quick pass, a little low and wide, but Gatoulis is able to get down low and get it, picks up about 5 on the play.
You know, this is what we saw Bloom do well against Hughesville, is just take what they're giving you, little chunk plays, just chip away methodically and try to put some points on the board, take the clock out of it.
Well, and you know, content is not a bad thing.
No.
I think content, a lot of times people look at that as like, oh, you could do more, but be content with 5 yards, especially on first down. Take it. Again, 4 wide receivers, shotgun formation, which is like the new high school thing now. Brocious is looking, he's going to tuck and go. He finds a little bit of an opening, making his way out around the end. And I think with that second effort, he was able to get the first down.
Definitely close.
Monty Fisher in on the tackle, and Isaiah Minium. Good secondary here for Milton with Rarick, Fisher, Minium, and Diddy. All these guys are very good athletes, hard-nosed, ability to get the ball out of the air. And actually, they're all able, I think 3 of them have defensive touchdowns this year. Bloomsburg, 3rd down and 1. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. Brocious gets the high snap. Wow, great play there by number 34 for Bloomsburg. That would be Luke Goodwin. And kind of eerie similar to the way Brocious broke up the play when Milton was trying on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know if the guy that was initially covering him, though, let him release from his route. I think that was what Bloom's head coach was a little upset with over there on the sideline.
Working the officials. Bloomsburg looks like they're going to go for a 3rd one. See, what I don't like about this on 4th and 1, if you know this is 2 down territory for you, why would you not just run it twice? You need about a half a yard. Now you throw it on 3rd down. Now you're in a position where you got to get it here. And they were looking to pass again, but there is timeout. Bloomsburg does take a timeout. So, hey, it was 2 down territory, but they weren't running at all.
No. Well, we talked earlier about the stats. Not a lot of running game for them this year.
Yeah, but you got to establish that. I mean, even if it's a QB sneak. What do they call it, the brotherly push now?
Tush push.
The Eagles have perfected that right now in the NFL. I mean, they do have like a 6'2", 230-pound quarterback that deadlifts over 600 pounds. But, I mean, come on. Brocious is pretty close to that.
Yeah, I honestly think he's bigger.
Well, Milton's not utilizing the timeout. Their defense is already back out in the field, ready to go. A lot of pink going on. Shoes, gloves, and wrap for Milton. So here we are. It's reset. 8:32 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 0-0. Both teams now have an offensive possession. Bloom trying to keep their first one alive. It's 4th and 1 from their own 27-yard line. And it will be a QB keeper. As Brocious lined up in the shotgun formation and hurried up and got under center, they hiked it right away. And enough push where they're able to get a yard and a half on the play and pick up the second first down of the drive for Bloomsburg. Not a bad start, Nate.
No, and you know, like we said, they're taking lots of time off the clock here, giving that defense a breather. That's probably on the field right now.
Just going to say, in the huddle, you mean? Snap is high. Broche is able to get it. Great athletic move just to keep it alive. He throws downfield.
Oh, boy.
Nobody there. At least nobody wide open. Peyton Rarick able to break it up. Isaiah Minium all over it as well.
You know,
Good
a lot.
coverage.
Well, we've seen a ton of, and I've said this probably every week I've been with you. When the quarterback starts to make plays with his feet, the wide receivers don't extend the play with him. Right there, Dom Rosini was in the flat, kind of had room to run to the sideline as Wyatt rolled out. If he would have, he probably would have got it close to a first down, but he didn't. He just stood.
You know, you wonder, they seeing this on film or the coach is talking about it. I as a coach, and you as a coach, there's a lot of stuff we talk about and the kids still don't do it. So
True.
snap, pump fakes. Broche is scrambling around here to the near side under a ton of pressure, and he's just able to throw it out of bounds. That's a heads-up play there by Broche, not trying to force something and getting turnover on the wrong side of the field.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones where a couple weeks ago we may have seen Wyatt roll back to the middle and try to force something there. So there's some growth.
He's only a sophomore?
Yep.
He got some good snaps last year as a freshman, getting in and out of that rotation at quarterback. But he's a competitor. That's one thing I know from watching him play. Man in motion, 3 wide receivers. Good snap. Brochus is looking, scrambling a little bit. He finds an opening. He's going to throw late. What a beautiful pass as he's approaching the line of scrimmage and finds a guy for the first down. That was Catoulis?
I believe so.
That'll be his 3rd catch.
Looks like they're going to say that Wyatt was past the line of scrimmage.
Yep, flag on the field. And I believe you're right. He must have just stepped over. So that'll be a loss of down. Yep, that's the call. They're going to back it up 5 yards. So that'll now bring up a 3rd and 15 from the 19 or the 24-yard line of Bloomsburg. Now, Nate, look at this is what we saw when Bloomsburg was playing Hughesville. No huddles. No huddles.
Oh, it's 4th down.
4th down, yes, because they lost it down. It's just not right on the board yet. So they'll bring out the punt team. But, you're 5 minutes into the first quarter, 0-0. You move the ball a little bit offensively, and your defense got it done. So get a good punt here, get them back out there with the confidence. Low punt. It's going to take a bounce, and it's going to kind of sit there at the 43-yard line. That's where it'll be knelt down on. So Milton will start their 2nd possession from the Bloomsburg 43-yard line, 0-0, 7:35 here in the first quarter.
What a slow game thus far.
Yeah, kind of feeling it out. It's that first round of boxing.
Yeah.
I just love the effort that Bloomsburg's come out with. The fact they were able to stuff 2 runs right away, that's impressive because that's what nobody's been able to do that. Nobody.
Well, we'll see what Milton felt out in that first possession.
Trips here in the near side. Weird formation with motion. Rarick gets it. Underneath throw, and he's able to bust through 2 tacklers right at the first down marker, and he gets the yards after the catch. Pickup of 13 on the play. First down of the game for Milton. Nate, we don't see Milton do a lot of that underneath stuff. It's been more, they've been trying to go deeper downfield, post routes, fly routes. But every time they do go underneath, it seems like their athletes make something happen. I'd love to see more of that. It's also a nice way to get Bastion, into the game, ease him into the throwing game instead of going downfield right away.
Yeah, get his touch early in the game. Then let him take some shots.
Same thing underneath, this time to Monty Fisher out of the backfield. He's got a great block there, and he's going to go all the way down to about the 16-yard line. So a big first down, biggest play of the game for either team there. I believe that was a pickup of about 23 on the play. So Monty Fisher catching it out of the backfield there, get Milton another first down in their 2nd possession of the game.
I would just keep going to it. Make him stop it.
Got a one-on-one here in the near side. Handoff this time. I believe that was Fisher again.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yep.
Bonnie Fisher with another carry there.
Last carry by
As
Fisher.
he's coming off the field, though. Looked like he might have taken a hit to the thigh.
2nd and 6 for Milton. At the 15.
So Milton now 2nd down and 5 from the 14-yard line of Bloomsburg. Milton's got 3 receivers to the far side. Bashing gets the snap. He's looking downfield and just throws behind a receiver there. Peyton Rarick. Peyton just doing a slant route. Bashing unable to hit him.
3rd down.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. 6:08 remaining in the game. It is 0-0 here at Alumni Field on homecoming night. Milton looked to get some celebrating going here at homecoming with a touchdown on this drive. Tight formation, still out of shotgun right now. The snap, handoff to Doyle. Doyle's trying to get out around the edge. Bloomsburg not only doing a great job of sealing it, but getting pressure up the middle. Nowhere for Doyle to go. And he's only going to get a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up 4th and a long 4th and 5 here.
Looks like the field goal unit's coming out.
So Mackenzie Lopez makes her way out in the field. I don't know if she has I have yet to see her make a field goal. I did see a 37-yard attempt that got blocked. But Mackenzie Lopez lining up right now for a 30-yard field goal attempt. Snap is good. Ball's down. The kick is up. It's a little low, but it's got enough power, and it's good. So Milton on the board first. Mackenzie Lopez with a 30-yard field goal. And that will put Milton up 3-0 with 5:18 going here in the first quarter.
Winning ticket, 50-50 going, $168. And a pink ticket, check it for number 254. 654.
So you gave up points, Nate, but you limit them to a field goal. They were moving there pretty big chunks, picking up 2 first downs on one play each one. And then you settled in a little bit. We call that the bend but do not break defense, and Bloomsburg's able to hold them. You know, not an easy field goal attempt. 30 yards in high school, that's some distance. So that's a great kick by Mackenzie Lopez. But I think Bloomsburg has got nothing to worry about. I think they're doing just fine there. They ate a little bit there, and then they settled in and were able to manage holding them to just a field goal.
Yeah, no, I think what I'm happy with if I'm Coach Kogan is you get to this stage of any season, teams losing, they've dealt with a lot of adversity. It's easy for kids to just say, you know what, we're going to pack it in the rest of the year. But they've competed and they've played a good first quarter so far, so I've been impressed with what I've seen. You said the effort's been good, and that's been what they're competing right now, so we'll see if they can keep it up.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to play hard, and that'll keep you in games. Kickoff.
That might go out of
It's a
bounds.
line drive. Nope. Going to stay with a friendly bounce. It's going to go into the end zone. Touchback. And see, I think for Bloomsburg, they want to field as many of these as possible because the special teams is where you can get a big play, get some yardage, change the field position. So anytime that goes in the back of the end zone, I think that favors Milton. We're going to have to get Nate then to look up some scores in the area as we're getting that various digital scoreboard update. Although we shouldn't even do it because Ari left us high and dry. So, Ari, if you're listening tonight, we still love you.
Mifflinburg 14-0 over Schick. Selinsgrove up 14-0 over Selinsgrove. Selinsgrove up 14-0 over Central Mountain. Lewisburg and Loyalsock tied in the first quarter.
There was a high snap there to Brocious. He's able to save it. Maybe got a yard.
Shamokin up 7-0 in the first quarter against Shore.
What?
Danville up 7-0 against Montoursville in the first quarter, and every other game is scoreless.
Well, early in the night, but that's your various digital score update with scores around the area. So they're on first down, another high snap. Bloomsburg has had some issues here early on with these snaps. Brocious, though, showing the athlete that he is, he's been able to save all of them with his fingertips, and that time even able to pick up a yard. So got second down, we're saying 2, second down and 8. Quick snap, quick throw out in the flat, just too high, sails out of bounds. So those are our quick first 2 plays there, total of 2 yards. And this is pretty crucial. This is, third down 8. You don't want to get the ball right back to Milton here and give them good field position again, especially after the offense found a little bit there, got things clicking. So Bloomsburg, whatever your 8-yard play is in your playbook, this would be the time to do it. 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Brocious waiting for the snap. Man in motion. I think we're going to have a timeout Bloomsburg, as Bloomsburg's coach didn't like what he saw there, Nate. So Bloom already using 2 timeouts.
Yep.
But, you get 3 in the next half, right?
Yeah, but you don't get any. Well, they got 1 for the rest of the half.
But, I think it's smart. It's damage control. It's one of those things where you just don't want things to get away. You don't want a crazy mistake. You've come out. You've played pretty good. You're playing with the effort and the hard-nosed type of football you're going to have to against a team like Milton. So, I like this conservative, get it right, use your timeouts here early. Don't let the game get away from you in the first quarter.
Central Columbia 7, Southern Columbia 6.
Did you know this? We had a liftoff today before the game.
What does that mean?
Principal Rance and trainer Trent, 135 on the bench. They had a competition to see who could rep out the most, and I believe the trainer won by 3. Both guys in the 60s.
Oh, my goodness.
60s. Not an age. Oh! Quick toss in the backfield, and it is blown up. Goodwin just flying through from his linebacker position, and you heard it in the crowd. You heard the O's. That's when you know you have a big hit.
That was definitely not the 8-yard play.
I'm going to be looking, when we're done tonight, I'm definitely going online and looking for that one again, because I'm a sick individual that finds enjoyment in a big hit. Bloomsburg now, punting unit out there, 4th and 15. Low snap, it rolled, but punter is able to pick it up. Oh, it's going to be fielded. Running up to it's fielded. I believe that's Fisher. No, Lucas Diddy. Now, Lucas Diddy did that against Holy Redeemer. He ran up and fielded a punt full speed, but he took it to the house. He was thinking the same thing there, Nate.
It's coming back.
Well, this is what Bloomsburg likes to do. They like to slow things down. That Hughesville game we covered was one of the slowest games I have ever watched in high school football.
Honestly, I'm like ready for a nap right now. Need some excitement here.
Bill, we need some excitement here. Do you know any tricks? No, keep your shirt on, Bill. Keep your shirt on. John, take yours off. John will not. So Milton will get the ball at the 34-yard line of Bloomsburg. That's where they will start this possession. Bastion gets a snap, hands it off to Fisher. Fisher going right off the tackle. Good, tough run. He is brought down, though, but not until he picked up 6 yards on the play.
And this is where things get tough. He said you got guys playing both ways. Milton started every possession pretty much on the other side of the 50. Your defense can only stand on its head for so long.
Yeah, that's the problem. And like you said, they got guys going both ways. But, hey, against Hughesville, Bloomsburg fought hard, real hard for a good 3.5 quarters. Man in motion. 2 receivers on the near side. Bastion drops back. And again, right out in the flat, trying to one-hand it there was Goodwin from his tight end position, and he's unable to haul it in. That was quite a laser of a throw by Bastion. Zettelmoyer gives Bastion the call. Bastion runs out to the huddle. Quick to the line is Milton. 3 wide receivers, single back. Again, using the motion. Dropping back real far as the screen is set up to Doyle. Doyle gets it, breaks the tackle, steps out around a man, gives you a little bit of a juke. And I think he got in. What an extra effort there from Doyle. Looked like he should have been down 3 or 4 times there. But Chris Doyle dives into the end zone for the 34-yard touchdown.
Pass completion to Chris Doyle. 9 yards for the Milton touchdown.
Lopez is out to kick the point after attempt.
That might have been offside.
You think. Bloomsburg player beat the ball to the holder. So that'll move it forward. Now, do you go for 2? You moving it up?
The kicking team's already out there.
Yeah, they're going to keep him out. Ball, though, sitting on the 1-yard line. Statistically, you're supposed to go for it.
Well, the official just signaled that they declined the penalty, but then they moved the ball. So not sure what's going on.
Well, you're not going to decline the penalty because you never got the kickoff. So that would be...
Shout out District 4 officials.
So they are declining the penalty. They moved it back. That's weird. And the PAT is up and good by Lopez. That puts Milton up 10-0 with 2:46 remaining here in the first quarter. Milton started out, got stopped on their first possession, but second possession of the game, they were able to get a good drive. It started from the Milton 43-yard line. They were to get it down into field goal range, and Lopez was able to kick a 30-yard field goal. That was with 5:18 remaining in the first, putting Milton up 3-0. And then Milton's defense gets another stop. They get the ball at the Bloomsburg 34-yard line. Doyle gets a 32-yard screen pass, followed by a Lopez PAT that was good. And that puts us where we're at right now at 10-0 with 2:46 remaining in the first. So, Nate, we got the kickoff here again. I know we said it earlier, but I think it's crucial to try and field these and try and get the big play, get a spark, maybe even points. But most importantly, just a little bit better field position so when you punt the ball, you're at least punting it into Milton territory.
Yeah, Bloom's really got to put a drive here together. We're still in the first quarter. Offense really hasn't gotten anything going. Been a lot of throws, so not a lot of time coming off the clock.
Got it and smashed at the 25-yard line. 4 Milton Black Panthers in on that tackle. Not a whole lot of blocking going on there. So Bloomsburg will come out for their 3rd offensive possession of the quarter. They'll start at the 25-yard line. Now, I know why they have so many receivers with catches and over 100 yards. There's 4 of them lined up every single play. Who's the player, number 40, that's been injured all year?
Blake Zeisloft.
I think it'd be a little different if he was in the backfield.
Me too.
Nice backside A-gap handoff. Able to get a few yards on the play. Not a bad thing there. Go for the run on first down. Picked up a couple yards. Now you're looking at a 2nd and 8,
Short game play, 2nd and 8.
but it's positive. And Bloomsburg doesn't huddle up. They line up, get the call from the sideline, make their adjustments from there. Again, 4 wide receivers for Bloomsburg. Brocious gets the ball. Quick little pass underneath, but Milton is all over it. As I believe we had number 14 and 33 in on the tackle for Milton. 14's Hayden Patterson. He's a junior, 6 foot, 165 pounds. And what was the other number I said? 33. Dom Lytle, junior, 5'9", 175 pounds. Both guys doing a great job flying, reading that play, making the tackle for a loss. Loss of 4 on the play. That'll push Bloomsburg back to the 23-yard line, 3rd and 12. Brocious has time. Scrambling out of the pocket now. And he gets caught, but not before he's able to just throw it away out of bounds. And Brocious showing some frustration there as he just banged his helmet off the ground out of frustration.
Here comes the rain.
Yeah, as I said, just felt a raindrop as my hand is hanging out over the ledge here. So Bloomsburg, quick 3 plays, nothing going, lost yards on the drive, and they will send the punt team out again, punting from deep within their own territory. Milton has both Diddy and might be Monty Fisher. Yep, I think Diddy and Fisher are both back.
Good punt.
Nope, not Fisher. 30 gets it. He takes off. Not bad as he's able to cross into Bloomsburg territory. I think he's down to about the 41-yard line. That's number 30, Canelo, getting in on the punt return duties there. So, Nate, this is pretty important right here because it's still the first quarter, 10-0. Milton's 40 yards out from their own end zone, get another score. Bloomsburg can get a stop here like they did in that opening drive. Get this into the second quarter here as we have 1 minute remaining in the first. Not a bad position they would be in, only being down 10-0.
It's going to take a toll if they keep starting every possession on their side of the 50.
Well, and also what takes a toll is Monty Fisher out around the end and picking up 32 yards on the play. Honestly, he didn't even get touched until where he was tackled. So not what the Bloomsburg Panthers wanted to see, everything that the Black Panthers from Milton wanted. They're under 30 seconds now here in the first quarter. They're going to hurry up to the line of scrimmage. 15 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Ball's on the 18-yard line. Bastion's rolling out here to the near side. He's looking downfield. He looks like he's got a man in the end zone, and he underthrows it, and it's intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone. Is that Brocious?
No, that's Shane Fry, freshman. Nice play.
Yeah, that was a real nice play. I thought he was going to get in there, maybe get a hand on, knock it down, but he just dove and was able to catch the ball. And that's massive. We just said their defense has to come up with something. I think Bastion was late on that pass. It looked like he had his man crossing across the end zone, but late on the pass. And what a play there by the freshman. What do you know about him? Is he a basketball player?
He does play basketball.
You were going to go undefeated this year. I keep saying this.
If we don't, it's the coach's fault.
Yeah, it's definitely the coach's fault. There's no reason. There's no reason you don't go undefeated.
Well, we play you, so that's one.
Yes. I hate you. Oh, man. Quick play there.
Oh, we got a late flag. Hold on, sportsmanlike action coming.
Just a quick play there, slant route. Hit the receiver, good catch, but he paid for it. 2 Milton players just hit him and left his feet. Milton does play downhill, Nate. I mean, I've watched him now for a few years, and One thing I always said is they need to bring that mentality. They need to bring that heavy downhill hit that you see all these really good programs do. And this year, they're that team.
Unnecessary roughness we got there.
So does that mean he led with the helmet?
Yeah, but the receiver was in the air, so I'm not sure. Shout out District 4 officials, though. Doing a great job.
As we are a broadcast that has covered Bloomsburg, Milton, and Lewisburg this year, but when it comes down to it, Nate is going to be a Bloomsburg fan. He's a Bloomsburg graduate. He coaches a basketball team. It's about to go undefeated this year. I, of course, am going to be biased towards Milton, and when Dave Michaels is on the air, he's going to be going for Lewisburg. In all fairness, though, Dave is the only one with a child that plays on any of these teams, so he has.
Listen, I always say when people ask me if I have children, I say, yeah, I got whatever our roster size is that year.
That's the truth. That is the truth. So we both have a lot of kids then playing out there today. But that is the end of the first quarter.
Really?
Yep.
That feels like that should be the end.
That should be halftime. That was a very long first quarter. This is what Bloomsburg does. This is what Bloomsburg does. They just put you to sleep. That's a good strategy, actually.
I'm going to hold the ball every game this year for the whole first half. Then that team's going to come out so sluggish, and we're going to come out and press them.
When I was in high school, we were playing State College, and they had the Larry Johnson and Tony Johnson, which both played football at Penn State. Larry Johnson, obviously, unbelievable NFL career. And the game plan was take the air out of the ball. And that was the most, unfun game ever. I remember practicing before that. We were, 5 passes before you think about scoring. But we ended up beating them.
I might just whoever gets
so it worked.
Whoever gets the ball, we might just put 4 guys around him.
Flying V, Mighty Ducks. There we go. Handoff. Just missed in the backfield. Was able to turn it up.
Dom Rosini
picking up a yard or 2 on the play. He almost got blown up in the backfield there, I think, by Goodwin. But he did a nice inside juke.
I don't know who 66 is for Milton, but I'm really digging the mint-colored shirt he's rocking underneath his uniform.
That's Big D.
Love it.
That's Big D. That's our boy Bentley, Darren Bentley. He's a big dude. Sophomore, 6'2", 347 pounds.
Wow. You need to get him playing basketball.
I would like to. He does play. He was a 9th grader last year, right? Oh, no, he doesn't play. It was a different kid built like him.
All right, so this might be the first time we've seen Bloom with 2 run plays on a possession.
And they were able to pick up another 3-4 yards on it, so now they're going to be looking at 3rd down and long 3, short 4, as the ball is going to sit on the 45.5-yard line of Milton.
This rain is really starting to get under my skin.
Yeah, it's in the direction it's blowing right now is in on us.
Directly into our face.
I'm actually going to move our stuff back a little bit, I think. There we go.
I'm just going to stand back here where I can't see the field.
High snap again. Broch is able to keep it. Quick pass. Enough for the first down. Fighting for more. Was that Catullus again?
It was Catullus.
Man, he's a good receiver. He runs good routes, sits where he's supposed to be, and he catches it.
Fun fact about him, his dad played football at Penn State. First time I ever met him, he was like, "You like Penn State football?" I said, "Absolutely not. I hate it." and he just looked at me and smiled. And then his wife told me that, yeah, he played there. I said, "Oh, awesome. He probably really appreciated that."
Well, Nate, you're a Baltimore guy. You're a Maryland guy.
5-0, baby. We're still not ranked.
Yeah, well, you got a big game this week, Ohio State, plus your Orioles, baby. You feeling good right now.
1 o'clock tomorrow, baby.
You are feeling good. Well, there's the snap. Another quick pass. Oh, in and out of the hands of a Milton. That was Diddy. Oh, Diddy. He wants that back. He made a nice break on the ball. Hit him in the hands. I think it's too wet, the rain. But he might have been looking at a pick 6 there if he's able to come away with that.
Yeah, good thing it's raining.
Yeah, honestly. But Bloomsburg put together here. They're able to cross fields, so they're now in Milton territory. 2nd down and 10. 10:04 remaining here in the second quarter. Milton leading 10-0. Quick handoff. Nope, Brocious pulls it back. He keeps it, runs into his own man, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. Loss of 2 on the play. And those are the things that I've heard of. They've had some, drives here where they've gotten some positive yards, and then, boom, take the loss. and now here they are again. Now they're at 3rd and 12. This is a second possession in a row where they've done that to themselves, and now they need to come up with something big. I think it's 2-down territory for them as they're at midfield.
This would be the best starting field position that their defense would have.
Yes, yeah, because they've been playing short field. Milton has on offense the whole game. Broch's quick pass. I like this route, underneath route. Oh, great tackle, though.
Pass completed to Dominic Rosini.
As number 14 for Milton is able to make the tackle. Again, that is Hayden Patterson. Called his name a couple times tonight. He's a junior. Good play on that, because if he doesn't make that tackle, good amount of field there. I did not catch who caught the ball for
Tom Rosini.
Rosini. Good athlete there. He's a guy that can make stuff happen in open field. So
Good kid, too. Love him.
Patterson, big-time tackle there to limit that gain. But it's 4th and 7. Bloomsburg is going to keep their offense on the field. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. 4th down and 7. Broch is looking back. He's throwing deep into double coverage, and it's going to be intercepted.
That's okay.
Yep, as good as a punt there. Intercepted after a long pass downfield, and that is number 29 for Milton. That's Lucas Diddy. Lucas Diddy doing the axe chop out there after it.
I don't think that's what that was, but
Oh, what was it?
I think he was putting his sword away.
Oh, a sword away. I can tell you this, his grandfather's not going to like that.
That's what I give for saying the weather was so nice. Look at it now.
Yeah, now it's raining.
This is all Cataldi's fault.
It is. Cataldi's known for bringing the rain, especially at the club. Bill's been known for that too, though. That's how he got the name Bill. His real name is Todd.
Bill had his 3/4 of his shirt off earlier,
Yeah.
so.
His real name's Todd, but he has the nickname Bill. Got a handoff to Doyle. Nothing going as Bloomsburg
Nice
meets
tackle.
him at the line of scrimmage, yeah.
Gabe Doobie, another basketball player.
And he's in a band, the Doobie Brothers. Very good band.
Shout out Doobalicious Grill. His family has a catering business. Best poutine fries you'll ever have in your life.
Why are they not catering our broadcast?
I don't know. That's a good point.
You need to start pulling some strings, buddy.
Although, how can you come to Milton and not get a fish sandwich?
I already had one. You were late, sorry.
I had one.
Oh,
too.
you went down. That's right, you went down. It was a great fish sandwich.
The best.
And I found the mayonnaise packets.
Such good tartar sauce, too.
Yeah, I don't like tartar sauce.
That's weird.
All right, here we are. 2nd down and 9. 7:50 here to go in the half. We have a flag already on the play. Handoff goes to Doyle. He makes a couple guys miss. He's bouncing forward. Does have enough for the 1st down. Probably going to be a gain of 11, but we'll have to see if the flag negates the play.
Boy, am I glad I coach an indoor sport.
Yeah. It's times like this that you realize how nice basketball is.
Carried by Chris Doyle.
What do we got here?
Not 100% sure.
Well, doesn't look like it's moving forward.
Going backwards, so the penalty is against Milton. Maybe a false start. I didn't see. Yep, false start. So after what would have been a 1st down pickup by Doyle, the penalty negates it, and it's going to move the ball back all the way to the 6-yard line of Milton.
Don't they usually blow those dead?
Yeah, you would think, but they didn't. That last play, handoff quick, I believe went to Fisher. And no gain on the play. Bloomsburg defense doing a good job of stuffing at the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 14. Hey, this is big. Get a stop here. You're only down 10-0. 7 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. This is one of those games where I felt, the way Bloomsburg's been playing, the way Milton's been playing, this could be a 40-0 at halftime, and Bloomsburg taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, playing tough at the line of scrimmage, and it's working for him.
Yeah, the defense has played well.
Quick pass out in the flat to Fisher. Fisher trying to make a man move, but what a tackle in the open field there. Tackle by number 28, Whedon. And that was probably the biggest play of the game so far for Bloomsburg, getting that tackle. Because if he doesn't make it, it's going to be a foot race, and Fisher's pretty fast.
Should get pretty good field position here.
Yeah, they're actually one guy back to receive the punt, and he's on the 46-yard line right now of Milton. So barring an amazing punt, which is going to come right out of the end zone. Good punt. Good punt right to midfield where it's going to be muffed it a little bit and took a knee. So no return on the play. But Bloomsburg will start on the Milton 48-yard line. Best field position start of the night for them as they're facing a 10-0 deficit.
I can't stop looking at that mint shirt.
Well, after the game, ask them if you can have it.
I'm not going out there in the rain to do post-game interviews. I just hope you know that.
Come on. Yes, come on. We want to hear. The people want to hear from the players and the coach, Nate.
You know them.
Hey, by the way, that shirt he's wearing is probably a Coastal Carolina shirt. We are lined up off sides here. Nope, he backed up. Bloomsburg, no in the backfield. Quick throw out in the flat. Whoa, nice play there. Catulus again catching the ball, turns up field. Picks up an extra yard or two because he lowered his shoulder. You say Catulus plays basketball?
He does.
Undefeated season.
Undefeated.
No pressure, buddy. So after that 8-yard play, that's going to set up a 2nd down and 2. 5:37 remaining here in the half. Ball is on the 39-yard line of Milton. Brocious with the ball. Looking downfield, getting a little bit of happy feet here. He's got time, but he tucks it, and he bulls his way through for a 1st down. Big play by Brocious to get the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
Just after the initial route, there's nothing after it.
Yeah, these guys, you're right. The receivers need to find an opening. You know what I mean? You don't just stop when your route's done. The play's broken. You got to break out of your route and find something open. Because he tried to keep it alive.
Yeah.
He did. He tried to keep it alive. But very smart for him to tuck and run there because I don't think he had anything open downfield. Now they got twins to each side. Tight end here on the near side. No backs in the backfield. Roche is rolling out here to the near side. Throws it. Oh, Peyton Rarick just getting a hand on it. Breaks up the intended pass to Shear. That'll force a 2nd down and 10. Looks like the rain slowed up a little bit. Bloomsburg lining up. Roche is looking downfield from the pocket, finds the tight end. What a grab. Did he get enough for the 1st down? They might have to measure here. Nope, they're going to say 1st down. He was not very open there, but Brocious delivering a beautiful pass to the tight end. I didn't get the number. You know who that was?
That was Gabe Doobie, number 83. Nice grab in traffic.
Gabe Doobie and his band with Michael McDonald getting the job done.
That's Doobalicious.
That was Doobalicious. Very nice catch. A little high, especially in the rain here, to snatch that out of the air. So Bloomsburg drive, stays alive. 1st down and 10 from the Milton 28. 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Brocious drops back again. Nice screen play set up. Oh, he slips. Then he's going to be tackled. But not until after picking up 3 on the play. Could have probably got a couple more if he wouldn't have slipped there. Here we go. Field conditions are going to play a role. Is it going to be in favor of Bloomsburg? Is it going to be in favor of Milton? I think Bloomsburg, with the way they throw the ball, it's probably going to be a little bit more in the favor of Milton. But now we have a penalty?
Yeah, I think they got an illegal shift.
Yep. So that's going to move Bloomsburg back.
Can't wait to see these stats at halftime.
Bill will have them. He is a statistician. That's what he went to college for.
I think it's a statistician.
No. He told me a statistician.
I don't think that's the term.
He went to college for it.
All right, believe that.
I think he would know. Brocious rolling out. Now he's going back the opposite way. He's just going to throw it. And fortunately, he did not throw an interception because he
Roughing the
threw that
passer.
to nowhere. Oh, yeah. Flag down, roughing the passer. You want to talk about getting bailed out there. That is a huge penalty against Milton. That could have easily been an interception. Not a heads-up play there by Brocious to get rid of that. Probably should have just taken the sack, but it ended up working out because of the late hit.
Yeah, so he went to college for it.
You weren't impressed with that play at all. You had to go right back to where we were, 5 minutes ago. That penalty is going to be 15 yards.
How good do you feel if you're Bloom here if you get any sort of points going into half? Especially the way
huge.
your defense is played.
Huge. They have a chance of making this a one-score game on the road, homecoming night against a hot team. 5-1 versus 1-5. Nobody expecting this as we're at 3:38 here remaining in the half.
This is why you play him, baby.
And now Bloomsburg has the ball all the way down on the Milton 15, 16-yard line. And we're going to get Milton's first timeout of the half here. Good timeout. Just things. They know, too, how important it is to keep the points off the board here, keep it a two-possession game. Nate, we got any score updates there on the various digital?
I don't, but Cottrell texted me and said, what time we leaving tomorrow? I said 5 a.m. He goes, I'm ready to rock. Love that kid.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Nobody's really ready to rock at 5 in the morning, but we'll buy it.
Berg up 21-0 over Shikellamy. Selinsgrove up 42-0 over Central Mountain. Lewisburg and Loyalsock tied 7-7 in the second quarter. Jersey Shore up 14-7 against Shamokin. 18-7 Southern leads Central Columbia. Mount Carmel up 28-7 against Hughesville. Danville up 14-0.
So 14-7, Jersey Shore is only up 7 on Shamokin. That's a surprise. And Lewisburg Loyalsock tied up at 7. I would think Loyalsock would be the favorite in that. Lewisburg's been playing pretty good this year, playing tough football. So that's a game to keep an eye on as the night goes on.
What was the penalty there? Because it still says first down. Or was that a timeout?
Timeout. It was a timeout, yeah. We might have a fumble on the play.
That's no good.
And we do. Brocious design QB keeper between the tackles. And the ball popped free. Milton able to jump on the ball. And that is going to give the ball back to the Milton Black Panthers with plenty of time. 3:33 remaining here in the half. So again, Nate, it goes back to here. Okay, you had the turnover. You just had a good drive going. Stay focused. If you're Bloomsburg, get your defense out there. One possession here, you got to come up with a stop.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. That was a good drive they put together.
Handoff goes to Doyle. He's jumping around people, breaking tackles, gets out around the edge, and he's forced out of bounds at the 43-yard line. So a pickup of 28 yards on the run by Doyle.
I haven't seen very many high school teams play this year, but he's got to lead the country in yards after contact.
It might be. He does break a lot. Tough runner. So Milton lines up on the 40-yard line, 3:22 remaining. Bastion drops back. He's looking, got some pressure, escapes the pressure, and he gets out of the pocket and he just throws it away. Heads up play by Bastion there as nothing was open downfield.
It looks like the rain is at least slowing.
Yeah, it's a mist. Well, the clock is not running. It's 3:15. Play clock is down to 8, and they're just breaking the huddle, so they're going to have to hurry up. Down to 3, 2. They hiked it. How's there no flag there? Receiver was never set, but it's going to work out as Bloomsburg's able to get a sack for a loss of 12 on the play.
Do you call a timeout here if you're Bloom? Stop the clock? Like I said, I got one left, so.
Yeah. That's crazy, though, how there's no – you got a receiver coming from the huddle. He's not even remotely close lined up the line of scrimmage. He's moving forward, so it's a legal motion.
Hey, you know what? Let's take this time to shout out District 4 officials.
Yeah, the guy's standing right there looking at it.
We love District 4 officials on this podcast.
I thought for sure Zettel Moyer was going to call a timeout there. But not the case. Sack on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 20, 2:30 remaining. Quick pass out in the flat. In and out of the hands of Peyton Rarick. Maybe a little bit of a wet ball there. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 20.
All right, so there we go. Bloom gets the stop they needed.
They're playing ball right now. They're playing very good football, and the reason they're having success, in my opinion, is what they've been able to do at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
They have definitely, especially when we watched them play Hughesville kind of won that battle. Milton's been beating everyone at the line of scrimmage all year, so the fact that it's been a pretty even battle there is very impressive. Punt is off, not a good punt, end over end. Takes a backwards bounce, and it's still going backwards. And that will be down then at the Bloomsburg 47-yard line. That's where Bloomsburg will start their next drive. Plenty of time. That drive started with 3:33 remaining, still 2:15. So Bloomsburg will have the ball, 2:15 remaining in the half, and looking at 53 yards to pay dirt. Tighter formation for Bloomsburg. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Fake the end around. Brocha's going to keep it. He finds an opening, lowers the shoulder, and is able to get 13 yards and the 1st down on the play.
You know, I wanted to say this last possession I forgot. The last offensive possession Bloomsburg had was their best, and I don't think it's a coincidence. They established the run a little bit.
Yeah, not something they're known for. Brochus does get a lot of carries as a quarterback, but with taking sacks, you know, his numbers aren't that crazy statistically. If you ask our statistician. Quick pass out in the flat. Milton all over it. No gain on the play. Looks like Peyton Rarick got rolled up on a little bit. He's a little bit slow to get up. Same with Fisher. Fisher actually coming off the field.
Last completion to Shear.
Bloomsburg back to the line.
Short gain on the play, 2nd down.
Hurrying things up. Milton not set defensively yet. Brochus rolling out.
See, look at the receivers.
Yeah, they're done. They're not moving. I think his knee was down before he threw it. We got another. What's the flag here? We got a flag on the play.
Probably a horse collar.
Let's wait and see what the call is here. Brochus did get sacked. His knee went down before he threw the ball. But Nate, I mean, you're 100% right. I looked at every receiver there. They all were standing still. Every single one of them standing still as Brochus trying to keep the play alive. And a penalty is against Milton.
What does a horse collar look like? Like, not the penalty. Like, what does a horse's collar look like?
It's a bigger collar.
All right, now I'm picturing that in my head
It
now.
just-
Thank you.
it-
I
it
got a
just-
good idea.
It just depends. Like, some people like to be a little more stylish. They'll bedazzle their horse collar. Some people are more traditional. That'll just be leather.
15 yards from England's the ball to the 24. 1st and 10.
Stat guy Bill letting us know that is the 3rd 15-yard penalty of the game against Milton. So Bloomsburg 1st down and 10 from the 24-yard line, 119. Brochus looking back, plenty of time, throws it deep, one-on-one, just a little bit underthrown.
Oh.
Fortunate there was no interception. I don't know how you're going to get a pass interference here. That was just an underthrown ball. No one, that's uncatchable, in my opinion. But we might have a pass interference here with 1:12 remaining in the half. And that is going to give even better position. Oh, no, offensive pass interference.
That might be even worse,
Yeah,
honestly.
I think that was a no call there.
I'm going to take this opportunity to shout out District 4 officials.
When else are you going to do it? And, you know, if you don't do it now, you'll probably forget to do it at least once.
Yeah, so thank you.
So after the penalty there, 15 yards. So that's going to put Bloomsburg in a 1st and 25. And again, a penalty or a turnover just killing Bloomsburg here when they've had some drives going. Brocious with the ball. He looks. I don't even know if the receiver saw that pass coming, but he got in the way of Goodwin there, looking to get an interception from his linebacker position. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't Goodwin. That is Locke, Trey Locke. He was making a break to get the interception, but the receiver, which wasn't even looking back for the ball, was in the perfect position to break up the play. So Bloomsburg now 2nd and 25, 1:06 remaining here in the very long first half here at Milton. 10-0, Milton leading. Looking around, buying some time, under pressure, escapes it. Brocious, and he makes a beautiful throw to pick up 14 on the play. Clock is running. They do have one timeout, Bloomsburg does.
Can't spike it.
No, you can't spike it. We saw that in week 3. Week 3. 44 seconds remaining. 3rd down and 11. Brocious going out around the edge. Maybe picked up 3 on the run. Gets out of bounds, stopping the clock. What's the kicking situation like in Bloomsburg, Nate?
Not really sure, to be honest.
Well, they're saying he's, stepped out just past the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd down or 4th down and 9. Or no, they're going to say he stepped out before it, so it's going to be 4th down and 11. They'd be looking at about a 47-yard field goal.
They're kicking one.
And they're going for it.
I like it.
So 47-yard field goal attempt.
Actually, you know what? I think this is Justin Pegg, a soccer player. I'm pretty sure from some of the guys that play basketball, they told me that this kid's got a pretty good leg. Peg leg.
Peg leg. Real nice.
I like that. Let's see what he's got. Number 82. Is that on the roster? What's his name?
82. That would be all the way at the bottom, and his name is Justin Pegg. You are right. You're a winner.
Trying to get him to play basketball, so if he's listening after the game.
You don't need him. You have all the athletes.
I need him.
Do you kick foul shots or something? What? Maybe. I mean, if he makes them.
Yeah, I don't care how he shoots them.
Well, listen, the kicker we saw from Lewisburg, he could play basketball for me. He had touchdown, field goal.
How about it?
He was everything.
Cohen Hoover. Shout out Cohen Hoover.
So Bloomsburg, see, they bring the kicker back out. So they're going to attempt a 47-yard field goal with 35 seconds here remaining in the half as they trail 10-0 to Milton.
When's the last time you saw a field goal this long in a high school game?
I think it's the Selinsgrove record. I think I saw the Selinsgrove record made. Snap is good. Kick is up. It's not even going to make the end zone. It reached the 5-yard line. So not a good kick there. He did get it off, but he was about 20 yards short from a prayer there. So Milton will take over on downs. Good field position to start with 30 seconds. If you're Milton, do you just take a knee and get into halftime, make adjustments, or do you try and put more points up here before the end of the half?
Take a shot. Why not?
The only problem is, Nate, you don't want to have a pick six or even just an interception and give a short field right back with a little bit of time. Milton showing a running formation here, only 2 receivers. They do hand it off to Doyle. He goes up the middle, breaks the tackle, pulling another guy. The ball loose there. It does, and Bloomsburg has it as Doyle fumbles the ball as he's getting past the first down marker. We have a late flag. I bet you that's going to be 15 on Milton.
I'm going to go.
This is huge.
I'm going to go ahead and take an assumption that was probably on Connor Snyder.
I missed it.
He's been jawing after both of those roughing the passer hit calls he got, and he's been quite displeased with the officials tonight.
And they're bringing him off the field right now. That's a sure sign, right? So there's going to be 15 yards added on to that. That means Bloomsburg, with 22 seconds here in the first half, trailing 10-0, is going to start at the 15-yard line, if my math is correct.
Math is mathing.
Yes.
Let's ask our statistician.
You know what you call a professional math person? A mathmateur. Bet you didn't know that,
Didn't.
smarty pants.
You learn something new every day, they
right.
say.
That's right. That's why I went to 35% of my classes in high school.
It's good.
That was so long ago that truancy wasn't even a thing. I used to sign my own permission slips and my excuses and my detention slips in middle school as like a 12 and 13-year-old. I was pretty cool.
Very independent.
They didn't know it wasn't my parents' signature because they never saw my parents' signature because I always did it. I hope you're not listening, Mom. Here we are. So from the 15-yard line, 22 seconds. Bloomsburg does have a timeout. Oh, no, they don't have any more. Throw into the end zone. Oh, going high, trying to grab it was, get up, son.
Gabe Doobie.
Gabe Doobie going up. He's got some good size. He gets up there pretty high, but takes a hit and unable to come down with the ball.
Speaking of moms, shout out to my mom, Tammy Babin. It's her birthday today. We love her.
Happy birthday, Mama Babin.
Second down.
Do you know who else's birthday is today?
Ty Brito.
Do you know who else's birthday is today?
Who?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just seeing how many you know.
That's it. I'm tapped out at 2.
All right, well, hey, more than I knew. Here we are, 14.8 seconds remaining. Second down and 10.
A lot of room to run.
Oh, he's got to get out of bounds or get in the end zone. He's got to get in. Did he get in? No, they're saying he's short. The clock is running. They got to line up 5 seconds. They'll stop the clock as the first down. You can spike it here. Clock's running 4. They spike it right away at 4 seconds. Oh, no. Timeout, Milton.
So why did the clock start?
Good question. Timeout, Milton. Should be 5 seconds on the clock.
Clock's not right.
Man, that was heads up, though, by Bloomsburg to understand the situation as Wyatt Brocious broke the play, went 14 yards, 14 and a half yards, and got stopped just short. They do not have any timeouts. They used too early. We said that could be an issue. We weren't wrong. But here you are. You're 1 yard out. Do you kick the field goal here? You got no timeouts, or do you do a pass play here? So if you don't get it, stops. Or are you crazy and run the ball, which you haven't had a ton of success this year doing? Do you do the tush push?
You got to throw it. You got to go into half with some points here.
And I don't think a field goal is going to be enough. I think if you want to pull this game out, I think a punch in the mouth of a touchdown for Bloomsburg is what they need going into halftime. But man, how do you not QB sneak this? The last time they did the QB sneak on 4th and 1, they started out in shotgun, and then Brocious ran up quick under center and just pushed. See if maybe they show the same thing here again. I mean, that ball is literally inches away from the goal line. So here we are, 5 seconds remaining. No timeouts for Bloomsburg. Very tight formation. Looks like they're in a huddle at the line of scrimmage. Brocious under center. He gets the snap, get a push. Does he get in? No call yet, no call yet. Still no call. Touchdown, Bloomsburg. Wyatt Brocious able to get in from 1 yard out. No time on the clock. They will kick the PAT.
Wow.
Yeah. So that all started from the 15-yard line. There was a fumble on the 30 by Doyle.
Wyatt Brocious is him.
He is him.
Justin Pegg to try the extra point.
And able to get Bloomsburg on the board. It's 10-6 right now, pending a PAT attempt. It's up, and it's good. So Bloomsburg able.
Now they're unsportsmanlike on Milton.
Frustration kicking in. But that will be the end of the half as Bloomsburg. Or they said the PAT wasn't good?
That definitely was good.
Points are not on the board yet. It still says 10-6.
So
See if
Bloom
that-
better stay on the field because they'll get to kick the PAT again, won't they? Or no?
I just think maybe the scoreboard operator missed it. But that takes us to halftime. The score, I believe, is 10-7, where Bloomsburg's able to get on the board as time expires here in the half, making it a 3-point game.
4 looks like. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on because they signaled the PAT was good, I believe.
Huh? Me too.
But that'll take us into halftime. We're going to step aside for 10 minutes or so, gather our thoughts, get some stats together for you, do some drive summary, and also some scores around the area as we'll come back before our second half starts here at Alumni Field on homecoming night, with Milton leading 10-7 over Bloomsburg.
Score.
Got a little bit of crowd there laughing. We're not laughing. We got a heck of a game here as we're back here, getting close to the start of the second half. Milton and Bloomsburg, homecoming night for the Milton Black Panthers as they find themselves up 10-7 here at halftime. Got some quick stats here for you. Bloomsburg led right now by Brocious, the quarterback. He's 8 of 19 passing, 52 yards. He does have that interception. He also has 11 rushes for 41 yards and the lone TD. Also, he has 1 fumble tonight. And then receiving, Catullus, and all these catches were in the first quarter, I believe, maybe 1 in the second, but he has 4 catches for 24 yards. Milton Bastion, he's 4 of 10 passing, 80 yards, does have the 1 pick. He does have a TD pass, and that was to Doyle. Doyle 6 rushes, 38 yards. He has that 1 catch for 34 yards and a TD. He also has a fumble. Fisher has 4 rushes for 42 yards, 2 catches for 29 yards. Both teams have 2 turnovers, an interception, and a fumble for both. Bloomsburg, 3 penalties, 25 yards, and this is what's killed Milton. 5 penalties for 65 yards. 4 of those 5s are unsportsmanlike that were 15-yard penalties. Clearing things up also for the half, the PAT was good, so it is 10-7 as we were having some confusion there at the end of the first half. A little bit of a drive summary here. Milton was able to get on the board first after each team shared a possession. Lopez had a 30-yard field goal. That was with 5:18 remaining in the first. That put Milton up 3-0. Then the next possession, we had the Doyle 34-yard TD catch off the screen, and the Lopez PAT at 2:46 remaining in the first. That put Milton up 10-0. From there, we had stalemate for a while. Milton had an interception, 2 punts. Bloomsburg had a missed 47-yard field goal just at the end of the first quarter. And then Milton had a fumble in the second quarter and some punt. And then Bloomsburg, right at the end of the half, were able to go 15 yards with 20-some seconds remaining, no timeouts, and they punched in on a Wyatt Brocious QB keeper from 1 yard out. PAT was good. Clock hit all zeros, and that made the score 10-7 at halftime. Nate, Bloomsburg fan, Bloomsburg man, you got to be feeling pretty good. What have you seen here in the first half so far that has made this a 3-point game?
Yeah, I feel good for my guys, man. They're playing with heart out there on defense tonight. They've made a few splash plays. They got a big interception by Shane Fry in the end zone. You know, to only give up 10 points in the half when Milton's, first 4 or 5 drives started on their own, on Bloom's 40.
Yeah.
So, and besides the big fumble in the first half, Bloom could be looking at being up in this half. They had some good drives there in the second quarter that they put together. One that ended in a fumble on their own 15, and then they got the ball back and punched one in to finish the half. I feel real good if I'm Bloom right now. They've set the tone defensively. No one really hasn't been able to get anything going.
And I don't feel like it's one of those games where Bloomsburg's lucky to be in it. I don't think it's been that dumb. I think Milton has definitely played a little bit better offensively with the bigger plays. But overall, I thought it's been pretty good. But some of the stats we said before the game, you know, Milton's only given up 6.5 points a game. Well, it's already over the average. They've given up 7. And Milton's been averaging 31.5 a game. So they're a long way from that. And then you look on the other end with Bloomsburg's getting beat, you know, by 36 points per game. They're only averaging 17 a game, and they're giving up 42. So Bloomsburg, this is why you play the game on Friday nights. As the kickoff is off, Bloomsburg gets it first. Decent return on the short kick. Out to the 39-yard line. So that's where Bloomsburg will start with their first possession of the second half. 39-yard line, their side of the field. Milton defense comes out, and let's see what adjustments were made. Let's see which coaching staff got their team squared away here for the second half in a very good football game here at Alumni Stadium.
From that point, Milton 10, Bloomsburg 7.
3 receivers. Brocious scrambling right away. Design QB keeper. Nothing there. Milton turned it in and piled up with defenders, and they're going to stop Brocious. Maybe a gain of half a yard on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9 about the 40-yard line of Bloomsburg. I don't know why they don't huddle.
I don't think it bothers me that they don't huddle. It bothers me that they don't huddle, and then it's still
forever.
slow.
3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Brochus looking, throws underneath to the tight end, and it's going to be for a loss. Nothing going there. As number 83 for Bloomsburg, I think that's your boy Peg. No, that's Doobie. So Doobie with the catch, but it's going to be for a loss of 2 on the play, bringing up 3rd down and 11. Bloomsburg up to the line, 4 receivers. Empty backfield. Brochus gets the snap. He's throwing down, open man down the middle. It's caught. He turns, he gets extra yards, and he's brought down about the 32-yard line. Davis with the catch. If Brochus could have let him a little more, that might have been a touchdown.
Yeah, it put a little too much touch on it.
But that was a good pass play of about 38 yards for Bloomsburg to open up the second half on 3rd and long. Big play, Brochus to Davis. And we're going to have a flag before the start of the play.
You know,
Or timeout.
I don't know.
Bloomsburg likes those timeouts early.
Hey, we talked about the penalties, the unsportsmanlike on Milton to start our halftime show. There's been a lot of disgruntled body language from Milton's players. I think they expected to walk in here and just roll Bloomsburg tonight. And now that they got to play a second half here, I think that they're a little disgruntled.
Well, last week they played Hughesville. They were heavily favored in that game. They won 26-6. I talked to a few players. They're like, yeah, I mean, we got the job done, but we could have played better. You could tell there was a feeling of somewhat of a letdown on a 26-6 win somehow. So, you know, tonight they probably thinking, hey, it's homecoming. We're back home. We're playing Bloomsburg, which lost by 13 to Hughesville. We're going to come out tonight and get things right back on track and start blowing some things up. And has not been the case. Bloomsburg game plan's working well. They're slowing things down. They're playing smash mouth. They're trying to limit the amount of drives and plays to try and keep that, you know, tank full for late in the game. And so far it's working as they're only trailing by 3, and they're moving now as the ball is on the Milton 32-yard line. 9:47 here to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st down and 10 for Bloomsburg. Sending a man in motion. Snap, quick toss, cuts it upfield. And it's going to be brought down after about a gain of 3. So Davis with a nice run there on 1st down. That's after he had the big 38-yard reception. Back to the line of scrimmage. 4 wide receivers. Brochus, pump fakes, getting out of pressure, scrambling out around, making another guy miss, finds an open man in the flat, turns up field, reaches. I don't think he got enough for the 1st down as Rarick was able to take him out of bounds. But Shearer with the catch. Picked up about 6 on the play, maybe 7. It's going to bring down 3rd down and 1 for Bloomsburg. Still in the shotgun formation. They got 4 receivers. They're showing pass on 3rd and 1. It is a handoff. Nope. Fake the handoff to Davis. Broch is going to keep it, and he's going to get plenty. Good 4-yard run on the play. Broch is able to get the 1st down again. Nate, he's a tough runner.
Listen, man, he is one of the toughest kids I've ever coached. He's just a gamer. He loves to compete. He loves to get after it, and you can't teach that.
No, you can't. It's very tough to get kids to play with that type of focus and intensity, but this young man, as only a sophomore, showing like he's got senior leadership out there. Brocious gets the snap again. Quick pass in the flat. And able to keep his feet in bounds was number 3, Dominic Rosini with a catch. Good job by Rosini. Had a presence of mind, not only catch the ball, but to keep his feet in bounds and pick up a 4 on the play. So Miller saying 5. So 2nd down and 5 from the 15-yard line. Bloomsburg looking to tie this up or even take their first lead of the game. High snap. Brocious keeps it. He's going to tuck it, run. A lot of room to his side. He's going to pump fake. Keeps it. He's going. Tuck that ball away, young man. But he does get, I believe, enough. He's going to be right about the first down marker.
Excuse me.
They're not saying yet. No, they're going to say it's 3rd down. So he did not get enough there. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. 8 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Tighter formation. Twins to the near side. Solo back. Send the man in motion. Brocious going to throw. He's got a man wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Bloomsburg. And they have taken the lead and have shocked this crowd here at Milton on homecoming. As now Bloomsburg has scored on back-to-back possessions. That time, I believe it was a 9-yard TD pass. I didn't catch, who was that caught that?
Doobie, baby. Doobalicious.
He's having a heck of a game, that Doobie. So now they'll line up for the PAT, but whistles will stop that.
Do you go for 2 here? Doesn't really matter.
Who's the penalty against?
Milton. Guess it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're up 3. I'd probably kick the PAT.
Guess the only thing that would matter is if Milton would score a touchdown, you could take the lead back with a field goal.
That's true.
But what do we know? They're
Nothing.
kicking the PAT.
Yep. I've never won a varsity football game coaching. I'll tell you that every time.
I never won a basketball one either.
You're going to go undefeated this year. PAT attempt. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. And it is wide left. Wide left, so the PAT is no good. And that'll make the score 13-10, Bloomsburg.
Wow.
Now here you go. Now you're going to find out what you're made out of. Because do you tighten up right now if you're Milton? Do you tighten up? Because Bloomsburg just came out, second half, put a drive together, especially mixing it up, running and passing. It wasn't like it was just a big play. They did have the big 38-yard play, but they put some stuff together. They ran the ball with Davis, through to Doobie. Brocious had a couple runs. That was a really nice drive put together here to start the second half for Bloomsburg.
Yeah, I think that's been the big key for them in these last 2 drives that they've gotten some yards on. It's been that other drive where they got the fumble. They still had a good drive up to that point. They started to run the ball a little bit, and now that's opened up the passing game a little bit.
And this is where they're missing Seitzloff, too, because you think how much different the running game would be with him. That kid's a bull. He really is. He runs so tough, falls for it. He reminds me a little bit of Doyle. Maybe not quite as explosive as Doyle, but he runs hard. Guys bounce off him. He falls forward, especially in these shorter 3rd and 1s that they've seemed to see multiple times tonight. Kickoff is up. Good kick. It's going to be muffed. Picked up then. I believe that's Minium. Minium is going to just get to about the 15-yard line. Not what the Milton wanted there on that kickoff. But Bloomsburg's defense should be coming out here with a lot of wind in their sail as their offense is able to get the lead for the first time in the game. Special team comes out, does a great job with kick and coverage. And now Milton deep in their own territory, starting this drive at the 15-yard line. I think this is huge right now. Not necessarily that Milton has to score, but they got to change field position. They cannot give a short field to this offense of Bloomsburg that has just scored back-to-back possessions. Handoff end around to Rarick. Rarick cuts up, breaks a tackle, cuts back in, finds some more, and gets big yards as Peyton Rarick making things happen with his feet as he's able to get all the way out to the 39-yard line, a pickup of 19 on the play.
You know, this is something I see in, like, all levels of football is, like, why do guys get up after every play and, like, have something to say?
Well, they raise their hand in school and the teachers don't pick on them, so this is their chance. Again, a lot of misdirection there. Doyle gets it, and he's going to be brought down. Met at the line of scrimmage, but he falls forward. Pickup of 1 on the play for Doyle. He reaches the 40-yard line. 6:55 remaining in the third quarter. Milton trailing 13-10.
This is a much different front for Milton than we saw against that tough Mount Carmel team.
Yeah, definitely. I agree, and I think part of it is they knew what their opponent was coming into it. Maybe they just didn't come with that energy it's needed, but they're going to have to find it. Bastion throwing out in the flat, hits Goodwin, and Goodwin gets enough for the first down. He picks up 10 yards on 2nd and 9. So Milton offense moving a little bit, got across midfield. They're now on Bloomsburg's side, so they've changed field possession. That was the first goal. The next is points on the board. 2 wide receivers each side. Single back in the backfield, 2 tight ends. Handoff goes to Doyle, and he doesn't even get touched until he's 5 yards downfield. Plows through a couple of Bloomsburg Panthers, and he's going to get 9 or 8 on the carry. 2nd down and 2, maybe a long 2 here for Milton. Nate, this would be massive if the Milton offense could answer back and take that lead right back.
Yeah, because right now all momentum is with Bloom, and they're feeling pretty good right now. And the defense has played well for them tonight, so to come out, respond to giving up the lead with them taking it right back might take the wind out of Bloom.
I'll say this. I mean, the last probably 10 minutes or so of play has definitely been Bloomsburg's favor. And we're already under 6 minutes here in the third quarter. This is only the first possession for Milton. Doyle gets the ball. Up the middle. Still going. Did he get enough for the first down? It's going to be close. He needed a long 2 there. Looks like he's going to be about a foot short. So here it is, 3rd and 1. This is big time for Bloomsburg. If this defense can get the stop on 3rd and 1. Here would be my thing for Milton. No penalties here. Hang on to the ball. You can't afford a penalty here. You can't afford a turnover. You got something good going. They're in a power formation. Goes right to Doyle. Doyle untouched. Finally, about 5 yards down the field, he's tackled. But not until he got about 7 on the carry. Easily got the first down. Keeping the drive alive is Doyle.
Well, Ryan, how much do you think it comes into play here? We're almost to the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. Bloom's up 13-10 against the 5-1 Milton football team. Bloom hasn't really been in this situation all year.
And not only have they not been in this situation this year, a lot of these guys have never been in this situation because they're so young.
Right.
But still a lot of field to go here. It's down to the 33-yard line of Bloomsburg. Quick toss to Monty Fisher. Fisher gets out around the edge. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. Oh, they're going to call a late hit there.
Man.
That's kind of soft. I'm a Milton fan. That was kind of soft there. That wasn't even a push. That was a bump.
Shout out District 4 officials.
District 4. We haven't even given them a shout out yet. I'm glad you remembered to do that.
Let's take this opportunity to give them some love.
So Fisher got about 4 on the carry, 3 or 4 yards on the carry. There's going to be a 15-yard penalty tacked on top of that. So that'll probably move the ball down to about the 16, 17-yard line as Milton is responding to Bloomsburg's opening drive of the second half, where Bloomsburg was able to take their first lead of the game. Oh, no, it's a false start against Milton, and then a personal foul against Bloomsburg. So I believe those will offset, and you'll redo the down, so it'll still be first down and 10 from the 33-yard line of Bloomsburg. So both teams, I mean, really, Milton kind of got lucky there. They had the false start, and then on top of it, they got a lucky call, which I honestly wouldn't have thrown the flag there.
Well, and I just don't understand. That's the second false start they haven't blown dead.
They didn't blow dead, yeah. But you know, every level of football, the rules are so much different. I can never remember. Oh, so no, the personal foul trumps it. Not quite sure, Nate, to be honest.
Don't think they're
But
quite sure.
anyways, it'll be first and 10 from the 23-yard line. Handoff goes to end around to Peyton. Only one man to beat. If he cuts it in, gets the block, and he does. Into the end zone, Peyton Rarick. Milton back on top. Beautiful play there. Little trickery, end around. Rarick gets it with a full head of steam, and he's only got one guy to beat, and he didn't even have to beat him because he got a beautiful block as he blows his way into the end zone, putting Milton up right now 16-13. Pending a PAT here, 17-13. Lopez is out for the PAT attempt. It's up, and it is good. Lopez PAT is good after the Peyton Rarick 23-yard touchdown run. That puts Milton back in the lead, 17-13. We got ourselves a ball game.
We do have ourselves a ball game.
This is an excellent game. You know, we cover a lot of football, and we know sometimes the matchups don't look like they're very good. Tonight kind of felt like this would be one of those slow games where we're calling freshman's name late in the game, but not the case. Bloomsburg has shown up. They are playing their best football this season by far right now, and they are battling it out right now with Milton at Milton on homecoming night. Nate, you got to be pretty proud Panther right now.
Yeah, I'm happy for these guys, man. It's tough when you're losing to show up and still battle every week, so I'm happy that these guys are still chomping at the bit and getting after it.
And I didn't like the body language in the beginning of the game. Milton's jumping up and down. They look hyped. They're ready to go. They're out in the field waiting. Bloomsburg comes out. They kind of walk out, and I'm just thinking before the game, like, this ain't a good sign. But they were just conserving energy as they were walking out for opening kickoff. Speaking of kickoffs, Milton kicks it. It's a line drive off the return man. He gets it. He gets out around the edge a little bit, breaks a couple tackles, and he'll be pushed out of bounds.
Now, how is that not a late hit?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he tripped on the chain because he definitely went down there pretty late out of bounds. But no flag on the play. And it looks like they will start from their own 24-yard line. Now, Bloomsburg's able to put a drive together here. They're able to go 76 yards. Milton could be in trouble because this is right where you expect wheels could fall off. You just had back-to-back scores. You took the lead. You're all hype, and Milton just goes right down the field in the Bloomsburg defense and grabs that lead right back. Would Milton respond if Bloom were able to put a drive together? Wow, a deep pass there, one-on-one, and we're going to get a pass interference call.
It might be offensive. You never know with this.
That's true. That's true. We did have an offensive one earlier. I don't know if I even like that. Very underthrown ball. Defensive player made a play back on the ball, batted it down. I guess right now you just want to throw it short so that the cornerback makes contact with the receiver. You're getting a flag. Oh. 2 penalties. Ineligible receiver downfield. And then we had the pass interference, so those will negate. So you'll replay the down. Bloomsburg to the line of scrimmage. 4 wide receivers. 3 here to the near side. Milton has been bringing guys up a little more, not as big as a cushion. Underneath throw, runs into his own man, and is going to be tackled. But Rosini able to get 3 yards on the play. Hey, good defense there by the Bloomsburg offense.
Yeah, good tackle by his other receiver. There's some laundry on the field again.
I hope you guys didn't have plans tonight. Another ineligible receiver is what John Cataldi believes the call is going to be.
Hey, homecoming weekend, shout out to all the Milton cheerleading alum.
Oh, yeah.
Moms coming back, getting to shake the pom-poms one more time and relive their glory days. Good for them.
Well, this is a very good cheerleading program. Tracy does a great job, and these girls come back years and years later. They do this every year. A couple weeks ago, they had the youth cheerleaders here, the Holy Redeemer game, and they're doing push-ups for every point. By the end of the first quarter, the youth cheerleaders were gone. Yeah, they had NFL jobs because they were jacked. They had biceps, triceps, you name it. They were ready to compete at the pro level. So it'll be 1st and 15. 3:26 remaining here in the third quarter. Brochus is going to keep it. Not getting much. A yard on the play as he's just thrown to the turf. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 14. Maybe 13. I'm sorry, 2nd down and 13. Definitely took the air out of the Milton fans. It's very somber, quiet crowd right now. Man in motion. Brochus with the ball, dropping back. Again, a little screen, and it's dropped. I don't know if he would have got many yards if he did catch it, but it is dropped out of the backfield. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 13. One thing I noticed with Bloomsburg is they don't seem to get any blocks from their receivers downfield.
No.
Every time there's a pass underneath, it's like Milton guys are coming untouched. They got to stick so that their receiver, guy out the backfield, whoever it is, can get some field to play with and make some things happen. Brochus gets the snap, looking downfield. He's going to throw it deep. One-on-one situation, definitely underthrown. No flag on the play right so far. And it's going to stay that way. So incomplete pass on 3rd and 13. Bring up 4th and 13. And the punt crew will come out for Bloomsburg. So not only did Milton's offense respond to Bloomsburg coming out and taking the lead here in the second half, but now the Milton defense has come out and shut down Bloomsburg's offense. It's going to give Milton great field position as Bloomsburg will be punting from right about their own 10-yard line. Snap is good. Kick is up. Low spiral. It's muffed. Picked back up then. Cutting in is that Diddy with the ball. Yep, Lucas Diddy ran up. It was a line drive punt. He ran up to get it, dropped it. Was able, though, to pick it up and get a few yards after the muff. So Milton will come out on offense here. 2nd possession of the third quarter, 2:17 remaining in the quarter. And they will start this drive from their own 47-yard, or from the Bloomsburg 47-yard line. Keeper by Bastion, making a couple guys miss. And he's going to be brought down after a pickup of 4. Now, is this a point where maybe Milton just tries to hand the ball off to Doyle? Doyle only had 6 carries in the first half for 38 yards. I think they should maybe get him the ball a little bit more, see what he can do, especially as later in this game here. Clearly Doyle is not worn out because he hasn't had a whole bunch of carries. Now this might be the point where you put the Doyle show on and see what Bloomsburg has in the tank trying to tackle that bear. Hand off to Doyle. Nope, that's not Doyle, is it?
I think that was Monty Fisher.
Monty Fisher with the carry. He's going to pick up 2 or 3. Setting up a 3rd down and 4. So now you're in a weird position here. 4 yards. Do you run it here? Bloomsburg's done a good job tonight against the run. So big 3rd down here for Milton. Bastion's going to keep it. Try to get out around the edge. And he's met by a bunch of Bloomsburg Panthers. And is going to be brought down. Maybe a pickup of one on the play, and we got another flag. Another flag. It's going to be 4th down and 3, depending on what this call is. Looks like it's against Milton. Yep, another unsportsmanlike against Milton. That's their 5th unsportsmanlike of the game. That's going to be 15 yards. So if they were thinking about it on 4th and 3, that's now out the window, as they're going to be looking at 4th and 18. Punting unit comes out. And you know what, too? Nate pushing it back into their side of the field. It's going to be much better field position for Bloomsburg.
Yeah, and I don't know. How are you feeling as a coach right now if your team has 5 unsportsmanlikes?
Not good. And we know 3 of them are for one person. So here's your situation. You're in a battle right now with a team you're supposed to be blowing out. So right now everybody's tight and nervous. You've got one guy that's completely frustrated, along with a couple guys that are killing you in penalties. This is a very dangerous game for Milton. Punt is off. Not a good punt.
Here comes another unsportsmanlike on Connor Snyder. Another one. Watch the whole thing.
So the punt was not a good punt. It took a backwards bounce, and now another unsportsmanlike against Milton. Tack 15 more yards on it. This is going to bring the ball out to, well, depending where they're going to say is it a spot foul? It's going to bring it somewhere near midfield for Bloomsburg to start this drive. So everything Milton did good there with their defense to have the good field position, totally negated now because of 2 unsportsmanlike penalties. And Bloomsburg's going to have the ball somewhere around midfield. And right now you can see Coach out there just chewing them up, telling them to get their heads in the game, stop shooting themselves in the foot.
At what point do you, take a guy out of the game?
I mean, he's a good player. I mean, honestly, their penalties have come from their better players. You know, if you weren't in such a tight game, I think they would definitely be gone. Well, what was a really fast 3rd quarter is now the last 3 minutes have taken forever.
And, I don't what. So the guys can just get unlimited personal.
I guess, yeah. Milton now has 100 yards in penalties. Brocious looking, throws across the middle, throws a dart. Is that Doobie again?
Baby, Gabe Doobie. That's Doobalicious.
Doobie is having a Doobie of a game, if that's real. If statistician's real, so is Doobie. Doobielicious.
We're just going with it.
A mathmeter. So Doobie there, big play. Again, Brocious finding his favorite receiver of the night. That was a gain of 20 yards, 21-yard pass play there. And the field position changes again into the favor of Bloomsburg as we end the 3rd quarter with the score 17-13, Milton leading. But Bloomsburg will have the ball to start the 4th quarter in Milton territory.
All I know is if I was playing any sport and got multiple personal fouls, my mother that'd be the first person I'd be seeing after the game.
Absolutely. Nate, we get any score updates on the various digital out-of-town scoreboard? Get some scores from other games going on in the region tonight.
Mifflinburg up 41-12 against Schick. Loyal Sock up 21-14 in the fourth over Lewisburg. Jersey Shore pouring it on to Shamokin 42-7. A lot of blowouts tonight. Danville up 42-0 against Montoursville.
Lewisburg Loyal Sock, did you say that one?
Yeah, they're up 21-14 in the fourth.
Good game there. Loyal Sock is. So here we go. First down and 10, starting the fourth and final quarter of this game. Milton only up 17-13 against 1-5 Bloomsburg. Bloomsburg knocking on the door. So they start from the 30-yard line of Milton. Brocious dropping back. Nothing open. He starts to scramble. Does find a guy wide open in the flat. He turns it upfield. Gets out past the 20-yard line. Pickup of 13 on the play. And that was Shearer with the catch.
You know what? Good job by the Bloomsburg offensive line on that play. Good protection, allowed Wyatt to sit in the pocket for a little bit and then let him roll out, find the open receiver.
And you know it's a pass play. They got no one in the backfield, so you know what's coming there, but still Bloomsburg's line able to give him time. And hey, receivers seem to be moving a little bit more right now when Brocious is on the scramble. And that time Shearer found an opening, and Brocious found him. Brocious again with the snap. It's a QB keeper. He's going up the middle. He's breaking some. There's a flag on the play. He's all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Down to the 4-yard line is Wyatt Brocious. A pickup of 15 on the design QB keeper. Let's see what this flag is. Could be a face mask here. Thought I saw Brocious' head turn a little bit there as he was in a crowd. The body language tells me it's not. Tells me it's going to be a hold. So hold on the play there. Brocious had a beautiful run. It's going to be brought back.
Man, a lot of penalty yards in this game.
Yeah. Well, Milton's at 100 already. So let's reset after
First
the
and 99.
That's not good. So after the hold penalty there, it's going to move the ball back to the 29-yard line of Milton. That's going to set up a 1st and 20 for the Bloomsburg offense. Now remember, when they've needed big yards before, they've found their tight end down the middle or the running back Davis down the middle. Fakes the handoff, runs out to the side, finds an open man, the flat.
Right on cue.
Doobie with another catch, and he picks up 8 on the play. So much more manageable with 2nd down and 12 here. Just outside the red zone, about the 22-yard line of Milton. And the field goal didn't look good. The field goal attempt didn't look good. They had a PAT that was missed. I don't know if kicking here is an option. So I would imagine this is 4-down territory. 2nd down and 12, 10:23 remaining. Brocious gets the snap. He's looking downfield, rolling out to his right. He's going to throw into the end zone. It's underthrown, and it's intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone. Milton comes up with the pick. Is that Diddy again? Yes, Lucas Diddy with his 2nd interception of the night. None more important than that one right there, as Bloomsburg was moving downfield with that offense, looking to reclaim that lead. But Lucas Diddy goes up and takes the ball out of the air. Milton will have the ball at the 20-yard line. Game's not over, though, Nate. As your coach here, you got to keep your guys' head in the game. Keep it in the game. You're playing well. Bastion's rolling out, looking downfield. Good deep throw, wide open is Fisher. Fisher catches it. He's a foot race, the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Milton Black Panthers. Bastion to Monty Fisher for an 80-yard TD pass. And that could be a backbreaker for Bloomsburg.
Yeah, that's deflating.
Lopez is out for the extra point attempt. Snap is good, kick is up, and it is good. So Bastion connects with Fisher for an 80-yard TD pass. Lopez with the PAT afterwards, and that stretches the Milton lead to 11, 24-13, exactly 10 minutes to go in the game. So again, we'll do a little bit of drive summary here. Here in the second half, Bloomsburg started with the ball, and they took it down the field. 61 yards total on the drive, 9-yard TD pass to Doobie. PAT was no good, made the score 13-10. Bloomsburg leading for the first time. That was with 5:50 to go in the third. And Milton would respond with a big drive of their own as they went 85 yards and ended with a 23-yard end-around run to Rarick. Lopez PAT was good, making the score 17-13 with 3:50 to go in the third. Both teams come out and punt back-to-back. Bloomsburg moving their next possession, but ends up with an interception by Lucas Diddy in the end zone. Brought the ball out to the 20-yard line, and it took one play for Milton to go 80 yards. Bastion to Fisher, PAT by Lopez, 24-13. Kick is up and good. Bloomsburg's returning it, and he's going to be brought down about the 20. It looks like the ball came free, and when it rains, it pours. Milton recovers the fumble on the kickoff. And Nate, this could be the end for Bloomsburg.
Recovery by Jaden Canello.
Jaden Canello in to get that loose ball on the ground. And Milton will come out, start with the ball at the 21-yard line of Bloomsburg. This is a absolute cannot allow any points to have a chance in this game if you're Bloomsburg. Bastion's dropping back, deep routes. He's throwing deep off his back foot, up in the air and broken up. Was that Brocious in there to break up the play? Milton receiver a little slow to get up. Boy, Milton going for the dagger there, throwing it deep. But it was incomplete, and that will bring up a second down and 10 from the Bloomsburg 21-yard line. 9:50 remaining in the game. Milton just extended their lead to 24-13. Bloomsburg's been playing great all game, but right now is an extremely crucial point after Bloomsburg fumbles the kickoff and gives Milton the ball at the 21-yard line. Well, there was a snap, but they stop it. We're going to have a timeout by Milton. All right, Nate, what are your thoughts right now? Glass is half full, buddy. Glass is half full.
Still a lot of time left, especially if Milton keeps throwing the football.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Like, I'm really surprised that Doyle's isn't approaching like 20 carries in this game. That shocks me big time because every third or fourth carry he's going for 8 yards. I mean, he really is.
Yeah.
And honestly, tonight he's only got 9 carries total. So that's a first half workload for him normally, sometimes even more. So that's kind of surprised me. Maybe he's banged up a little bit. Maybe there's an injury we don't know about. But this is Doyle time. Yeah. 9:50. You're up 11 points. Now you just want to wear out this clock, and you've got the right back for that. So I'm very, very, very surprised that we haven't seen more of Doyle running the ball here. Doyle's lined up as a receiver right now. Empty backfield. Bastion's looking. He throws it. Finds a man in the flat. That's number 34, Goodwin. And he just bulls his way into the end zone. Lucas Goodwin with the touchdown. Bastion to Goodwin from 21 yards out. And now Milton is just opening things up. Lopez out to kick the PAT. Snap is good, ball's down, and it's up and through. There was, I believe, encroachment there, but they're going to say false start?
Yeah.
Again, if it's a false, I don't know. But it'll be a 5-yard penalty. They'll have to re-kick the PAT. This time it'll be from the 15-yard line, so a 25-yard PAT attempt for Lopez. Snap is good, ball's down, kick is up, plenty of distance, and up through the uprights is Lopez as she continues to impress with her kicking abilities. And now Bloomsburg is finding themselves down 31-13 after just a couple possessions ago. It was 17-13. But turnovers and penalties, especially late in the game, have really hurt Bloomsburg here in the fourth quarter. You can just feel it. The excitement of this game is now gone. Bloomsburg fans are dead still. A little bit picked up here in the Milton side, especially in the student section. You can feel a sigh of relief. You can even see it in the body language of the Milton players on the field and sideline as they can now taste the victory, although there is still 9 minutes and 38 seconds remaining. Kickoff is a line drive, good bounce right to the return man. He's running up middle. He breaks free, trying to break away from the kicker. He's dragging the kicker. We got a flag, no surprise there. But the return man takes it all the way out to the 42-yard line. Some great blocking up the middle, created the wedge, and he just hit it. The only person he had to beat was the kicker. Kicker latched on. They got taken for a ride. Got to see what this penalty is.
Face mask.
Let's give a shout out to the District 4 officials.
Really good tonight.
So face mask on the play, going to add 15 yards. So when things look like it was about to be all said and done, Bloomsburg's got a little bit of life here. Short field, they do need to hurry everything up right now. I mean, 9:27 is a good amount of time to play. But it is a 3-possession game right now. Brocious with the ball. He drops back under pressure right away. He sneaks out, and he throws it before crossing the line of scrimmage. Gonna get a pass interference for sure. There's a Milton cornerback, was all over the receiver. So that is a great play there for Bloomsburg. Good job by Brocious getting away there from the pressure. Steps into the pocket, and just before the line of scrimmage, he throws it deep. One-on-one, and they're gonna get the pass interference. Penalties tonight, unreal. Waiting for the call. So will be pass interference.
Boy.
135 yards in penalties for Milton tonight.
feel like we've been here for 2 days.
Brocious looking. He's throwing down across the middle. It's short. He had his man on the deep post route, just not enough on it. Threw off his back heel. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line of Milton. 9:13 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Milton leads 31-13. Bloomsburg at the line, 4 wide receivers getting the call from the sideline. Brocious lines up, shotgun, gets the snap. Under pressure, quick screen play. Made a man miss, made 2 men miss, breaking tackles, pushing forward, and he might have gotten the 1st down there. Was that Davis?
Yep.
Davis catching some balls tonight. He's definitely, he's limping right now. But they've definitely gotten him involved as a receiver out of the backfield. He's going to be just short, though, with the mark. So 3rd down and 1. Oh, no, they are going to say it's a 1st down now. They're giving him the 1st down. So now in the red zone, 19-yard line, 1st down and 10. Brocious gets the snap. Plenty of time, plenty of time. Now pressure comes. He gets away from it. We got another flag. Brocious throws down in the end zone. Nothing there. So incomplete.
Another penalty. Man.
But another penalty on the play. See what the call is. Holding on Bloomsburg. This has been a little bit of the story tonight as Bloomsburg's gotten into the red zone. They've been hit with penalties. They've been hit with some turnovers. And they have really hurt themselves. Now, they have been able to respond to some of these 1st and longs after penalties. Get some big plays to Doobie and to Davis.
I would just be really impressed if we could go 2 plays in a row without a penalty.
Not going to happen. I'm surprised we haven't seen number 11, Catullus. He's been a guy they've been thrown to quite a bit. He started out the game with a bunch of catches, but kind of haven't heard a thing from him here since the 1st quarter.
I think the officials think they're getting paid by the hour.
They might be. Brocious drops back again. He's got time. Throwing downfield. What a pass.
Good ball.
Over top of the safety's hands, right into the hands of his receiver on the deep post route. And he's going to go down at the 2-yard line. Nate, we just said it. They've been answering on these 1st and really longs after they've been hurting themselves. So Bloomsburg knocking on the door again.
Good throw and a good grab.
Yes. 8:24. Clock is running. 1st and goal from the 2. Brocious keeps it up the middle. They're pushing. He ain't going to get it. Stalemate. Oh, does he get it on a 2nd effort? Nope, they're saying he was down. Pickup of 1 on the play. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. What do you do here, Nate?
Let's do it again.
Line right back up. The tush push. Except they don't put anyone behind Brocious to push him. Again, QB keeper, and Brocious gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Bloomsburg. So Bloomsburg responds with a 1-yard TD run, the 2nd TD, 1-yard TD run of the night for Brocious.
Hanging
Now, will
out.
they go for 2? It's right now it's 31-19. You go for 2 here. Make it 31-21, down to a field goal and a touchdown. And they are going for 2. 5 receivers. Brocious plenty of time, finds a man in the flat, but he is swallowed up. Swallowed up. No gain, nothing after the catch. And that was Goodwin with the tackle, and great sportsmanship from Goodwin. I guarantee he doesn't get any personal fouls as he helps up the Bloomsburg player. 2-point conversion, no good. So after the 1-yard TD run by Brocious, we have a score of 31-19 with 7:46 remaining in the game.
2 more final scores. Selinsgrove 49, Central Mountain 14. Jersey Shore
So now it's a
22.
2-touchdown game, no matter how you look at it. 2 touchdowns Bloomsburg needs. But first, they got to get a stop. Still got plenty of time. Both teams with 2 timeouts. So Bloomsburg can come out here. I like in high school football using your timeouts when you're on defense. You have so many ways to stop the clock on offense. First downs, out of bounds, spiking the ball. But on defense, the only way you can do it is with a timeout. So Bloomsburg here can come out, get a good kick here. And the defense is going to have to come up big. Kick is up, good hang time. It's going to be received about the 10. Up the middle goes Minium, and he's going to be drugged down at the 35-yard line where Milton will start this very important drive to seal the game. I think any points right here from Milton and this game's over, or just a long nickel dime drive where they can run the clock.
Chris Doyle time.
You would think, right? You would think. I think it's been Chris Doyle time for a while, though.
Yeah, me too.
But they did hit 2 big pass plays, so can't argue that. Now, Bloomsburg here can get a stop. I mean, it's if they do run, if Milton runs. Get a stop, let it run a little bit, get a stop on second down, and probably use the time. They're passing. They're going for the pass right away. That goes out in the flat. That is Goodwin with the catch. Makes a guy miss. I think his second effort's going to get him the first down, which honestly is not a bad thing for Bloomsburg. You don't want a second down and 1. It's just more time off the clock. So the play clock's at 27. Ball is out to the 48-yard line. Hand off to Doyle. Doyle up the middle, dragging guys. Gets about 7 on the play. And that's what we're talking about, Nate. That's how you're going to end the game. Just keep feeding Doyle. First play, first down play, and he picks up 7, just securing the ball and running hard. Nothing much to that there. It's just weight room. And does Bloomsburg have anything in the tank here and give any kind of resistance? Second down and 3 from the Bloomsburg 45-yard line. Hand off to Doyle. He goes up the middle again and doesn't get touched until he passes the first down marker. He's still pushing. They're going to blow the whistles, stop the play. So he's going to pick up 6 on that carry, giving Milton another first down. And that'll keep the clock running. We're at 6:18. Feeling a little bit more life as the cheerleaders are over in front of the student section, getting them going. I can't imagine anything other than a Doyle handoff.
Me neither.
A Doyle handoff. Gets out around, takes a big hit, but he picks up 3, and the clock will continue to run. 5:45 remaining in the game. 31-19, Milton leads Bloomsburg. It's going to bring up a second down and 6. The ball is at the 36 of Bloomsburg. What do you think is going to happen here, Nate?
I think they're going to air it out.
That is quite a tight formation. Snap to Bastian. Hand off to Doyle. And Doyle's just securing and running hard. Maybe 2 on that play. Good job by Bloomsburg to bring him down. Now it's a big 3rd down and 5. And we are just under 5 minutes remaining, so Bloomsburg not using their 2 remaining timeouts yet. 20 seconds on the play clock. Milton is going to milk every second off of that clock. Down to 12 on the play clock. Break and huddle at 10. They're going to need to line up and get things going. 5 seconds. Snap. Bastian with the keeper, out around the edge. Gets a block, turns up inside, and he gets the first down. Doyle lays a big block for Bastian. He uses it, cuts inside, It gets just enough for the first down. First down and 10. The ball is at the 29-yard line, and the clock is running. 4:22 remaining. And this is a tough situation. Everyone knows, Nate, that they're going to run. The question is, can Bloomsburg stop it even though they know it's a run? So far, that is not the case. Bastion with the keeper. High snap, but he gets it. He breaks free. It's a foot race again. 5. Touchdown. Bastion. Caleb Bastion goes 29 yards into the end zone. So Bastion gets his first rushing touchdown of the night. And that, my friends, is going to be the end of this game, as Milton is now up 37-19 with just under 4 minutes remaining. We do have a down player in the field, so both teams are going to their sideline. So we will await what I believe will be a Lopez PAT attempt. Man, I feel for Bloom, because now the game's kind of blown wide open.
Yeah, score definitely will not show how well they played tonight.
I mean, you got 3.5 quarters of really good film. Really good film.
Yeah, there's a lot to build off of tonight.
And if I'm the coach, I'm saying, listen, guys, don't look at the final score. This is what we did. We competed with a team that has been blowing people out, blowing out opponents that have beaten us. And here we came on their field, homecoming night, and battled. They battled.
Yeah, and listen, this is a Milton defense that's been quite stingy this year, and they put up 19 points and some other good drives that ended in some untimely turnovers. So,
well, and that's the thing too, Nate. Like we said, Bloomsburg's averaging 17 points a game. Okay, they already have 19 in this one, so they've surpassed their offensive average against probably the best defense they've played this year. They've been losing games by like 40 points. Well, right now they're down 18. You know what I mean? So really, their averages are better. They're playing better against the best competition they've probably played this year. I try and keep that glass half full. But Lopez is out there for a PAT attempt. Snap is good, kick is up, and it's through the uprights. So Lopez with another PAT tonight to go with a field goal she had. She extends the lead to 38-19. So Milton leads by 19 points with only 3:56 here remaining in the game. And I hate to say it, but I think that is all she wrote. But if I'm Bloomsburg, I'm playing for pride here. I don't give up. I think you come out here and you want to score. Score, get more points on that board. It's going to look more respectable. It's going to feel better. And those are important things as they move forward. As you know, Bloomsburg next week, they are they're home versus Shikellamy, a team that is struggling this year. Then they're on the road at Lewisburg. Lewisburg, pretty decent season, but not necessarily a team that's going to blow other teams out of the water, so that's a winnable game. And then they end at Central Columbia, so their schedule is somewhat favorable for them. Definitely games that they could pull it out with performance like tonight. They could win all those games, so definitely something good. The kickoff was up and not much there. Going to be brought down at the 20-yard line. Probably get some backups in here in the game for Milton on defense. So Bloomsburg will start this possession from the 20-yard line, 21-yard line. Brocious sends a man in motion. Gets the snap. Rolls out to his right, throwing deep. Had his man beat. Brocious just underthrows it. So it'll be incomplete. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. 3:38 remaining in the game. No hurry here to get up to the line. Play clock is at 20. Teal shirts out there.
Mint, baby, mint.
4 wide receivers. Shotgun for Brocious. Rolling out again to his right. Man, throws in traffic. Finds his man. He breaks out. Helmet comes off a Milton player, but is that Doobie again?
Delicious, baby.
Doobie getting it done. They found something tonight at the tight end. And Brocious has zinged some in there in some small windows. That was a very small window there. And not only does Doobie make the catch in traffic, he breaks the tackle and picks up great yardage on the play. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of Bloomsburg. 5 wide receivers. Brocious looking downfield. He's throwing deep into traffic. Overthrown. Intercepted. Intercepted by Milton. I'm not sure who had the interception on that play. But either way, Milton's defense rises up. Ball was just overthrown Doobie's hands. And Milton can now run this a couple 1st downs. This game is over with 3 minutes and 1 second remaining. Bloomsburg does have 2 timeouts. Here comes the Doyle train as Milton just needs a couple 1st downs here, burn these Bloomsburg timeouts, and they'll be able to get in victory formation. Hand off to Doyle up the middle. And he's going to burst forward for about a gain of 5 on the play. Clock is running. Bloomsburg not using a timeout. 2:45 remaining. The referee is down, tying a shoe of a player. That's a good. Hey, let's give a shout out to the District 4 crew tonight.
They've done the best job I've seen of a District 4 officiating crew.
They're going to be in good shape because they've been throwing flags all night long and tying shoes.
They're going to need ice after this game.
Yes, they are. Bastion hands off to Doyle. Doyle's going to be stopped for a loss. Loss of 1 on the play. Now we're going to get a timeout with 2. Well, they stop the clock, we will. 2:10 remaining. Bloomsburg uses one of their final 2 timeouts. It'll be 3rd down and 5 from the Milton 41-yard line. Nate, are you going to go on the field and do an on-field?
I'm not. I'm thinking about how I have to drive to Jersey tomorrow at 5 in the morning.
Oh, man. I got these wireless mics.
You can go down there.
You going to keep the show going as I walk down?
Sure.
I don't want to walk down.
I don't want to.
I did on-field interviews at the end of the game for 10 years. I'm retired from that.
Me too.
You've never done one.
Bingo.
It's not even raining. You don't have an excuse.
It's cold now.
3rd down and 5. Bastion gets the snap. It's a pass play to Rarick. He turns it upfield. He's breaking tackles. Is he? Oh, a big block. And I'm not sure there's a flag there. Goodwin laid a big block there to free up Rarick. And I'm not quite sure what the rule is on that, if they consider that a crackback or not. But that's going to negate a huge play by Peyton Rare because he just caught the ball in the flat, broke a tackle, got the big block, and then he was tackled by the safety way downfield. But that play is negated. So another, I believe that's a 15-yard penalty too. So another 15-yard penalty. That's the 7th or 8th 15-yard penalty of the night for Milton. They might reach 200 yards in penalties tonight.
Personal foul on Milton.
So that ball is getting marched back.
Moves the ball to the 48-yard line.
All the way back.
You
to
think we'll ever get out of
48.
here?
No, we're never leaving this game. 1:58 remaining. Well, look at the scoreboard too. Bloomsburg used a timeout and they didn't take it off. It still says they have 2. So they don't want us to leave, Nate. Bloomsburg played
Why is
real
Milton
tough.
throwing the ball?
No idea. Not that time. Handoff to Doyle. And I don't know if he got anything there, maybe a yard. But the clock will run down to 1:40. Bloomsburg not using a timeout.
Chris Doyle on the nice carry for the Black Panthers.
And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. About midfield, 49-yard line of Milton.
Second down.
Score is 38-19. The game has been much closer than what the score is. Milton was able to really open it up here in the 4th quarter because of some penalties and turnovers and some big plays by the offense. But Bloomsburg has played a heck of a game, even held a lead in the 3rd quarter. Hand off to Doyle. Met at the line of scrimmage, but he's able to fall forward for a couple yards. And that's been kind of the tale of the night. The reason it was such a close game is how well Bloomsburg has played at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. There's a lot to build off of with this game tonight, man. Like you said, there's a lot of good tape to watch.
You feel for them. They're going to fall to 1-6. Milton's going to 6-1. And you just had a battle tonight. You know what I mean? You just had such a good game. And, you know, just the way that it ends kind of stings a little bit with the turnovers and the big plays. But, you know, ultimately for 3 quarters plus, Bloomsburg has played outstanding tonight and put on a heck of a show and definitely gained a lot of respect. Doyle gets it. No, keeper by Bastion out around the edge. And he's going to just get down, and he does, but not until after picking 15 yards or more on the run. And that's going to do it after the first down set. They set the ball. Clock is running down to 12 seconds. And that's going to do it here from Alumni Field on homecoming night as Milton invites Bloomsburg to town. And Milton's going to come out with a 38-19 win. Nate, we've said it over and over again, will be that broken record, but there has got to be a ton of respect for Bloomsburg right now, and there's got to be a positive vibe in that coaching staff and on the players and even their fans moving forward in the last 3 games of the season. You know, are games that they can definitely compete and win. If they can play like this against a really good Milton team that should be probably undefeated, you can come out and play that way tonight in this atmosphere and this night, you can play with anybody.
Yeah, I agree. If I'm coach, I'm excited for this week of practice.
I'm excited for film. Like how much film have they had this year outside of the Midwest game that they can go and say, wow, we really played really well for the majority of that game. But Milton did what they do, man. They're a dangerous team. They can be explosive, and their defense can be stifling. And, you know, when they needed to get a stop tonight, they did it. And when they needed to get those big plays and scores to open it up, they did it late in the game. So, you know, credit to them. It's that mental toughness. Things aren't going your way, but good teams still find a way to win. And that's all that matters. Doesn't matter the score. It's that W that matters. And Milton is going to move to 6-1 on the season. They got a big game coming up pretty soon with Canton. We'll be here for that one. That's 100% sure. And then you're going to really start seeing now as we're late in the season, we're going to start seeing that how the playoffs are going to line up And I don't know, Bloomsburg, I don't know how much aware you are. I mean, if they were to win out and have 4 wins on the season, do they have a chance to making the district playoffs?
I don't have.
I don't know that either. I know for Milton, like it's a battle for that #1 seed right now between Milton, Selinsgrove, and Jersey Shore. So there's a lot. I mean, it could come down to the last week, and we're still not going to know the seeding for District 4 Quad A playoffs. But Milton, if they can keep going, and for them it's a matter of no more losses, and they need Jersey Shore and Selinsgrove to fall to jump them as they both have the tie. But a lot to play for right now.
Yeah.
Do you want a home playoff game? Do you want, if you're in the district championship, do you want it to be at home? Do you want to be on the road? And Milton's got that big game with Canton that's going to say a lot about that. We said Selinsgrove's got a big game with Hollidaysburg, and then Jersey Shore is playing a team out of state. So each team sounds like they have one big game left, and those big games are going to probably decipher what's gonna play out for this whole district. Because I don't see, and although Bloomsburg gave Milton a scare tonight, a trap game kind of feel, I don't see any of those 3 teams really losing unless it's those games.
No. A lot to play for right now.
So let me give a little bit of a score drive summary, and Bill has some stats for me as well. We'll go over some stats of the game. But I'll go through the whole game and drive summary here as Milton was on the board first with a Lopez 30-yard field goal. That was with 5:18 remaining in the first quarter. And then the next possession was followed by a Doyle 35-yard screen pass. Lopez PAT was good on that one. That put Milton up 10-0. Then we went quiet for some time, all the way to the end of the first quarter, where Bloomsburg missed a 47-yard field goal attempt, kept the score 10-0. And then right before the half, Wyatt Brocious, 1-yard TD run. As time went out in the second quarter and the PAT was good, that made it 10-7 at halftime. Bloomsburg would get the ball to start in the second half, and they would end a nice long drive with a 9-yard TD pass to Doobie. PAT was no good. Score was 10-13 Bloomsburg, 5:50 remaining in the third. And Milton responds. 23-yard Peyton Rarick around the end, touchdown run. Lopez PAT good. Milton finds himself back up 17-13 with 3:50 remaining in the third quarter. Both teams come out, punt a couple times. We had a Bloomsburg interception in the end zone. Peyton Rarick intercepted a Wyatt Brocious pass attempt. Brought the ball to the 20-yard line, and it took one play. Bastion to Fisher for an 80-yard TD pass. Lopez PAT was good. Milton finds themselves up 24-13 with 10 minutes to go in the game. Again, Milton then would later on another possession. 21-yard TD pass to Luke Goodwin. Lopez PAT good again. Milton stretches the lead out even more. 31-13. Things are getting comfortable. But Bloomsburg would put a drive together, capped off by a 1-yard TD run. Second of the night by Wyatt Brocious. 2-point conversion was no good. So with 7:46 remaining in the game, Bloomsburg still alive, down 31-19. But that's when the Doyle game started, and Milton started running the ball, and were able to start eating some of that clock. But ultimately, it ended up with a 29-yard TD run from Bastion, the QB keeper, and Lopez, the PAT, was good. 38-19, 3 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the game, and that would be the final score, as Bloomsburg was unable to score and Milton was then able to run out the clock. So very impressive back and forth game. Some stats: Bastion tonight, 225 yards passing, 3 TDs. He also rushed for 59 and 1 TD. Heck of a game from Bastion. Doyle ended up with 81 yards rushing, a 34-yard TD catch. Fisher, 109 yards receiving, 1 TD. He also added 47 yards rushing. Luke Goodwin had a 43 yards through the air and a TD, and Rarick had 52 yards and a TD. So Milton tonight did a very good job of offense, mixing it up, getting a lot of guys involved. Bloomsburg, not so many guys involved. In fact, 2 of them pretty much stand out. The rest were a little bit quiet. But Brocious, 219 yards through the air. Good passing game for him. He also had 55 yards on the ground. So very, very impressive. He had the 2 rushing TDs as well. And then Doobie, 74 yards on 6 catches. I think that right there is a great thing moving forward. I think they found something there in that tight end, the Brocious to Doobie connection. That's going to really open things up then for like a Rossini and for Catullus. And then also, you know, you can throw the ball a little bit. You're going to make it a little bit easier to run. And I think because of some of that success they had passing the ball, they were able to get some good running plays there later in the game. And honestly, that's when they took the lead. And you had made mention to that in the broadcast, Nate.
Yeah.
Just mixing in the run. It just helped them. It doesn't have to be a dynamic running game, but just you got to keep a defense honest.
They didn't do a ton of it, but when they did, their drives were they marched. They got down the field. They had 2 drives that were really good and methodical, and then they ended in some untimely turnovers with the fumble and then the pick thrown in the end zone. But they did some good things tonight. Offensively, I thought they found a rhythm tonight. And defensively, the defense looked good until about the 4th quarter. They just looked like they were out of gas.
I feel like it was a maturing game for them. I think they are going to be a much more seasoned-like team after a great effort tonight and a great battle. We said before the game, you know, limit the turnovers, the penalties, stay focused. We said you live and die by young players, and they lived most of the game by some great play from some younger guys. Later in the game, that lack of experience, I think we kind of saw that. The big plays were late in the game. They didn't happen early. They did such a good job of just keeping Milton in check and keeping him underneath, but eventually the dam kind of broke, I felt, and that's where Milton was able to pull away.
Yeah, they had some untimely holds, some turnovers, and then, like you said, at the end of the game, they just gave up some big chunk plays. But all in all, they played a pretty good game.
All right, so before we hang this up, we need the Alpha Electrical electrifying play of the game. What was it, Nate? I mean, if I'm picking, I think the dagger was the 21-yard pass to Goodwin, because that stretched it from an 11-point game to an 18-point game, and that's kind of when you were like, it's over. And when there was less than 9 minutes to go in the game, tough situation there.
I'm going to go with, what was the touchdown they scored after Bloom scored to open the half?
Good call. That was a 23-yard end-around run by Rarick.
That was a big response and kind of took the wind out of Bloom after that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And after that, there was multiple punts and an interception by Bloomsburg, and they were able to get back on the board, though, with that 1-yard Brocious run, but that was it. That's the only scoring we saw. I mean, honestly, that was the only offense we saw. They kind of got stopped, the rest of them, so they weren't even really changing field position. That being said, great game tonight. Milton, homecoming, congratulations to the Black Panthers. Big win for them as they are now 6-1, moving into a later part of the season, a.k.a. basketball season. And they got to be feeling pretty good.
There was a lot of growth tonight.
Yeah, for both teams. That being said, we're going to close out from the booth. We thank you all for checking in tonight, listening, getting updated scores from the various digital scoreboard. We gave you drive summaries, statistics from Bill Haas, camera by John Cataldi, and, of course, Nate Babin here with me giving you the coverage. We appreciate all our listeners out there. Until the next time, from the booth.